Just like that. I do believe we are live, children. Oh, shoot.
I have not got the notifications.
I get notifications?
No notifications. There it goes.
Whoa. Multi-stream. There we go.
Multi-streamification.
I didn't realize they gave me something I could play with on Facebook. I can go to Facebook. I can reply to people and stuff. That's awesome, bro.
You can go to any face bouquet that you need.
That's
as long
dope.
as the bouquet is in a face.
Hello, everyone. I know, my camera situation's always weird. I got a microphone right in front of my face. Probably because I don't like my face. But, you can see Nick's beautiful face. Nick, how you doing? How you been, bud?
I'm doing good. I am doing good. Welcome to the Rick and Nick Show.
Episode 7.
Episode 7. We're doing them. We're starting
Yep. We're gonna let some people get in here. We got a couple viewers getting in. Everybody chime in once you get in. Say hi. Hit the like button. Do the share thing. You know. We're gonna get acclimated in here first, and then me and Nick got a little something we're gonna do. A little tradition that we usually carry on from the Sunday Fun Day crowd, but we figured why not? Since it's kind of a special. Like a special edition of the Rick and Nick Show.
We're going to ease into it like an old man into a bathtub.
Like a 1988 Delta that's been parked in your grandpa's barn for 17 years. It ain't started once.
Ease.
Back when you used to take old Shelly Niner in the back seat, you know what I mean? Oh, man. Yeah, just jamming to some old, I don't know, technically, is this song even Motown?
I don't know.
The Jackson 5?
The Jackson Fizive, trying to stay alive. I don't know.
Nice. Well, let me see. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to share this onto my Facebook page.
Well, it must be. You said play Motown. You told Alexa to play Motown.
I mean, it's got to be. You would think. Let's see. We're going to go in here. Seeing a lot of these, man, a lot of our shows, we just kind of ease into it. Let people get in here. The 2 viewers that are watching right now, it's good to see you.
Good to see.
So before we get into the nitty gritties, Nick, how's the past couple weeks been for you?
I got really nothing to report, honestly. Like now that I'm thinking about it, the last 2 weeks, anything new with me? No, I haven't done shit, man. I haven't done shit. I don't really have.
Alexa, volume 2.
The podcast really is like the highlight of like me doing anything outside of being a fucking dad full time. Really.
I mean, hey, fuck it, gotta have something to look forward to. I tell you what, the reason why though, and I don't know if anybody else knows this, but the reason why I chose to do like every 2 on, every 2 off, is because like we have, obviously I do the other show, the Sunday Fun Day, with all the guys, Clax, Mason, Timmy, and all them. And like to do it every, like, so say like if I just did that Sunday Fun Day show, then I would pretty much directly be doing this again. So it's like, for me, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's like Sunday, you rock out with Tim, Mason, and Clay, Clax, and then you get Monday off, then I'm back here to do another one. It's like, I feel it, dude. You get burnt, it's like one day in between is like, it doesn't even feel like,
Yep, and that's about it, man.
I feel that. So,
and I tell you what, like to do it the way that I'm doing it, and like I was talking to Clax about this too, because he wants to kind of get on and off and start doing every week. And he told, like he said, if Mason can't do it or whatever, let's have Nick come over. But then again, you have your scheduling issues.
That's good. Dude. I'm gonna be pulling the trigger on that fucking situation.
Good. That's good.
And once that happens, dude, it's gonna be different. So.
It's going to be fucking, I don't know what this is going to do, but I'm going to hit it. It's going to be, oh, nice.
Hit the
different. All right. There's too many of those. I've dealt with too many of those. Man, I just play with this machine all the time. It's very fun. But I'm just going to keep it like this right here. There we go. We're going to need that. We're going to need that.
It.
All right. So before we get started, we're going to go ahead. I'm not going to do all of this. This here is what's called Bumbu. It's a Bumbu. It's a Caribbean rum. I learned about it from a bartender up in, where's that, Firekeepers. We were at the casino one day, And I told him, I was like, dude, I want a rum and Coke, but I was like, is there anything, like, I normally drink, like, you know, was it Bacardi? And he was like, man, you're going to love this Bumbu. Put some Bumbu in it, and I taste it, and it's like, it's very, like, candy-ish. I don't know, it's very sweet. It's got a sweet taste to it. So before we get into anything, let me go ahead and let's get this. And
I will be having a drink with...
For the first time, and mind you, I don't know how many years, like, this guy never drank at all with me. He would come over and smoke and chill.
Yeah, I normally don't drink, and I haven't drank since my little downward spiral binge that we won't talk about.
Nope.
If you know, you know.
So
we'll just put it that way. If you know, you know.
This is to all those, you know, about to rock. We salute you.
Salud.
And then after this, we'll talk about some more stuff. All right, here we go. Don't do the whole thing, you'll die. Oh, yeah. That'll make you... Actually, it's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
I'm not going to, like, as soon as you hit the chaser, it's gone.
Right.
Dude, that's definitely not the 25-cent shooters that Timmy gets at the store for our other podcast, because that would be horrible. All right, so everybody that's watching right now, if you can, let me know how we sound. Are we too loud? Am I, like, peeking out? It looks good here, but, like, every single week I have to redial in everything. So every time we start up and do something new, everything has to get plugged back in. All the levels have to get back gone through. You know, and so I'm hoping everything works good. I'm going to go ahead and do a little check on that real quick, and then we'll get started. We'll talk about what we came here to talk about today. So let's see.
Ooh.
Go ahead and do a little check on that real quick. Oh, sounds good. I still got my speaker on the back. I forgot all about that. I was outside jamming. Beautiful weather here in Jackson, Michigan today.
Today was nice, bro.
High of about, what I would say, close to 70 almost. 65 or so.
I had the moonroof open, the moonroof, sunroof, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Jamming out in the old Humvee? Hummer? Nah, it's more of a Hummer. The Humvees I consider to be the...
No, dude, I got the cosmetic Hummer, dude. I don't have the fucking...
You don't got the real deal.
The badass, waterproof, fucking drive through anything.
Taking out Iraqis.
Mini tank. No, I don't have that one. I have the H3. The H3 is the look at me Hummer.
That's the check me out. I'm higher than everyone.
Right. That's
figuratively and literally.
The pretty Hummer. It's just cosmetic. There's nothing... There's no, like, yeah... I mean, but I mean, I'm not into that anyway. I mean, I don't need to be able to, like, run through walls and shit.
No,
I mean, I guess
you just need something to get your family back and forth, pretty much.
Right.
So
it's a looker.
It's a looker, not a cooker.
Right.
That is for sure. Okay, so where should we begin with this? A lot of people know, obviously, about my situation. October 26, 2019.
It's been that long already, dude.
Dude, it's, but it doesn't really feel that long. Like, it's not that long to me.
Well, I mean, it's not, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, has it already been that long? Like,
it seems like, yeah, it seems like it just flew by.
It did kind of, man. It did.
You're right.
Because it was, like, super fresh, and I mean, it is, but it's definitely, you know, we're in the 20s now, and this was pre-20s. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because me and Nick, before all this happened, like, I remember having you in the same house. Like, we just moved into this house. I think we wasn't even here like a full month when the accident happened. I think we were here for like 3.5 weeks or something.
You were still tweaking on having bonfires all the time.
Yeah, dude, I love bonfires. I still do. Sorry, I'm just trying to share this out to my spinal cord group.
Uh-oh, tweaking kitty.
Oh, yeah. By the way, if you guys hear a fucking psycho cat meowing, it's my stupid-ass black cat. Bubba, how about you be the cat getter,
cat wrangler.
The cat wrangler. Get the sumbitch out of here and spray it with some water. I don't know. Shut your mouth, and you can stay out here. But you shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. But yeah, so before my accident happened, my life was going pretty bad. Like, I was drinking a 15-pack of beer a day. I started getting into real heavy liquor. Like, I mean, I was getting super drunk every night, every day. I would wake up real late. I'd go to work. Like I worked for myself, but like even going to work, I knew I didn't feel real good. I'm thinking like, man, these people probably think I'm a bum. Smoking like 2 packs of cigarettes a day. It was fucking bad. Chad says it's too nice outside to be inside. Oh, dude, you're not lying. I don't know that. Wait till we get out to the wheelhouse. We'll be doing outside podcasts. If I could do it outside right now on the porch, I would, but we live next to a really busy road and it'd be horrible. But anyway, so like, I was doing pretty bad at the time in my life when I had my accident. Like, at that point in my life, I was like almost at wit's end. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I knew that my job that I had, I could make it good. The advertising thing that I own, my own advertising business, but like, I just knew that something had to give. I knew that something was wrong, and me and Nick sat in my little studio one day, and I looked at him, and I pretty much told him, I was like, dude, something's got to change. I was like, dude, I prayed to God to like change my life. Like, I want my life changed. I don't want to live this way no more. I don't want to drink 15 packs of beer, a day. I don't want to fucking smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. I don't want to die like this. Like, this is crazy. My relationship with my woman at the time, it's my fiance now, but with her, it was real rocky, even though she was the one trying to reel me in, and I'm trying to fucking, go out and do stupid shit, which leads me to the night of the accident. So the night of the accident, I'm sitting in my studio. I'm pretty much like, I'm like buzzed, but I'm not like drunk. I've already been drinking and stuff. And
well, let's start back at.
Oh yeah. Oh, because you were there.
Let's start.
He
back.
was there. I forgot about that.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just say I was just gonna throw in like, yeah, I was there the night of. I came here at like 7 o'clock. I remember. I just got my car from my uncle. He was working on I was still driving the Taurus at the time, and I went and picked it up on the east side from him, and then I called you, and then I remember you telling me to come through, and so we came through. I came through. Yeah, you were noticeably, obviously, when I got on the phone with you, you were noticeably drinking. You had the drinks.
Yeah.
And you
I always like get to like talking a lot and feeling all happy when I'm drinking.
You could tell like Rick was like a few beers deep, and you was talking about, come over, let's throw some wood on the fire.
Let's throw some wood on the fire. But you said absolutely not.
I said absolutely not, because
no
I remember
way.
This night was like, dude, it was balls cold. It had to have been like 30 degrees.
I'm like, dude, take a couple shots. No, what I said, I was like, dude, it's not cold by the fire. That's what I told you. I was like, it's not cold by the fire.
I'm like, no, dude. Like, if I come over, we're doing music or something, and that was the case. So we came over. We were in the little back room studio, and we would, 7 o'clock, and yeah, we did. I remember coming through and us just kind of doing the same. We was just kind of bullshitting, having conversations. Not really working on music as much as we could have been, but we was just kind of bullshitting. And what I remember, I'm gonna give it back to you, but I want to throw in my point of view too.
No, go ahead.
Just to corroborate like everything that you said, which thus far is true. Because like I remember even how things were post accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everything you said was accurate. Like things that were kind of going on with you, like
for sure.
Me being like a friend that comes over often, like I would, come to your house, see your world. Like I understood, like everybody goes through things, but, yeah, came over, we, was hanging out doing the thing. And I just remember you were super adamant. You were in like,
now we're talking, go.
You were in like party mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's we must also point out that is the difference between you and I is you're more of a social butterfly.
Always.
If you will.
Well,
Always.
I mean, I was. I don't consider myself that much anymore nowadays, since after the accident, but we'll get into that. But yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, you were the guy, you're always talking to everybody, meeting friends, like meeting people, like
right.
You're the kind of guy, like even now you go to the casino, like you're always meeting people.
Bro, I'm handing out fucking, look at, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm like all the security guards, I'm like, you need one of these. And I guarantee you, I shit you not, to this day, me and Mel go in that bitch, And they're like, "Hey, bud, how you doing? Hey, where you been? We missed you. What's going on?"
I gotta get derailed real quick off a subject, just because I totally forgot to mention this to you.
No, go ahead.
Your friends on the You Now, there's like some people that you stream with.
I love You Now. You got to get on there with it.
What's it? I don't know. It's like the girl and the dude.
Oh, with the guy with the neck issue? Yeah.
So, like, because I remember I joined and I made a profile. So, like, I'll get notifications.
Right.
And one of them said, like, one night, like a week ago or some shit, like Rick played a game or did something. And I was like, what? And I, like, clicked on it. And it just opened up and it went to their live. And, like, they're just like, as soon as I popped in, they're like, oh, hi, Nick Kaiser.
No, they do, yeah, because your name fucking pops up.
And it was like, I felt like put on the spot. So I was just like, oh, hey. And they said something or other. And they mentioned, they were like, oh, and Wheelchair Ric. And I was like, oh, Wheelchair Ric. I was just like, you know him? And they were like, yeah, like, he literally just left the room. And I'm just like, oh,
I just missed
like,
you.
That's like my best friend. And they were like, wait, how did you find us? Like, they were like so confused. They thought it was like a coincidence. Right. And they were bugging out. They were tripping out so bad. They're like, oh my God. And then I had to explain to them. I'm like, no, I downloaded this. It was actually through a notification. Like, I just pushed it and it just sent me here. Mm-hmm. So, like, I was kind of talking to them for a minute, but like, I kind of got stuck in it. Because, like, everybody else in the room was like, what's up, dude? What's up? When they started, like, tagging me. What's up?
I'm telling you, man, once you get in there, it's like, dude, it's kind of addictive. It's like, dude, it's fucking dope.
And it is weird because
I love how they got it set up.
I had that, and then just randomly, like, the other day, I just to go live, I went live for, like, 2 minutes. And, dude, I had so many people just randomly join in and be like, follow. What's up, dude? Just, like, nice people.
Dude, and the good thing about You Now, though, is you get fucking money. You get paid. They'll pay you. Like, when they give you diamonds and shit. Like, dude, I've left streams, and it's like, you earned $1.34. I think I got, like, maybe $8 that have just been given to me.
But it's like, it's crazy because, like, a lot of people just, like, join for not, like, and I wasn't even doing anything. I was like, I'm literally just...
Dude, imagine me with my pads. I'm over here hitting my pads, and like they're like, man, you got a pro setup. Like, man, what do you do? And I'm like,
well, like when I go to my thing, like I can go to your page and look down, and it'll show me like your sessions.
Right.
If you're not like.
Oh no, well it has like it's called moments. I think they capture like pieces that were like where we had the most people watching or some shit like that.
It'll show. So I see, but okay.
Anyway,
sorry, I apologize.
No, yeah, we're getting off track here. We're getting derailed here, bud.
Let's go back.
All right.
Okay, corroboration. I was came here at 7 o'clock.
Damn, he remembers the time and everything.
I just remember the time. I just remember, like, that night. We was chilling. We was hanging out. And yes, you were in party mode. You were in, like, social butterfly
I was fucking
mode.
ready to go.
You was ready to go. And
I definitely didn't want to sit at home.
No.
Like, I wasn't trying to... I was like, let's go out back and have a bonfire. And then once my bonfire got declined, I'm like, fuck it, dude. All bets are off. Fuck this shit. I was like, I'm not doing that.
No, dude, you definitely...
Dude, and when I make up my mind to where I don't want to I don't want to sit there and go to bed. I'm not ready to go to bed. I'm not ready to go night yet. Yeah. Like, I want to turn up. Like, I wanted to turn up.
Yeah, when Ricky wants to turn up, there's no stopping the turn up, dude. The turn up was real, dude.
It was real for sure.
It was so real.
It was like...
It was official, like a referee with a whistle.
I wish I had a whistle button because I'd press that too.
So, you were in that mode all night, dude. I remember, and like me, like, and that's like the thing, you know, like I don't usually drink, so it's like, you know, I'm just chilling, fucking ripping dabs. I'm in the zone, stoned to the bone,
dab roonies,
you know, messing with shit on my phone. And
hey, that actually kind of rhymed. That was nice. Hey,
you know, you were in social butterfly mode, and I just remember most of the night, and like kind of towards the end, man, like it was probably like midnight, like midnight-ish, dude. I was ready. I was done. I remember I was done, and I was to the point where it's like dabbed out, slabbed out, dabbed out,
slabbed out, dabbed out, ready to stab out,
ready to hit the dusty trail, go home, eat something, and crash out.
Right.
That was the mode that I was like so in. And by this time, dude, like, you know, 7 to like midnight, you were woo! Rick was in giddy up mode, bro.
By the time you left, it was like what, 10 o'clock?
No, it was like midnight. was after midnight.
Oh no, you're right. Because I kept trying to get you to fucking
stay,
and you were like, man,
I did twice.
Yeah. Because you wanted to leave at like 10.
You was litty, dude, like Conway Twitty, dude. You
yeah,
was like,
I was like, I can't go now. You can't leave me now.
Yeah, you were like, don't leave, and I'm like, all right, 15 more minutes, and I did that twice. So it ended up being like 1:45, and like I remember on the second one after I said 15 more minutes, we was chilling. That's when you pulled out your phone and you started going ham, dude. You were just calling everybody. You called like Zach. You were calling everybody. You were hitting.
Bro, people remember my fucking drunk text. I'm like, yo, text call, like, hey, what are y'all doing? Come on over.
Nobody was biting.
Nobody
was biting, bro. Like,
nobody gave two fucks.
Sitting there, and I'm like chilling with you, and I'm like watching the time, because like at this point I'm chilling just to appease you as a homie. You're like, dude, don't go.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And I felt bad, because like it's not that I want to leave, but it's like it's just time, dude. I've been here for hours.
Isn't it almost stoic that like what happened afterwards? It's like you're glad you did stay that extra couple hours just because.
Oh, for sure. Well, this is the part.
This is the part that really gets you, because you're like, fuck, I should have just stayed the whole night.
This is the part that I struggled with, and not to like take away from your story. It's like,
no, you're good.
But because we went, it was a thing, like that I was attached to a point, and we'll get into it, and we'll tell like a little bit more of yours, and then I'll come back into when it needs to happen, when it needs to fit in. But this is the part that bothers me, was because after the second 15 minutes, when I gave you that half hour in full, like I was ready to go.
Right.
And like looking back, I can admit, dude, like I was annoyed at this point.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I hate that I was like that. I fucking hate that I'm like, I had to sit there and like pretty much beg like my best friend to be like, hey man, like don't go, just stay. Even though I knew you had shit going on.
But it wasn't.
And I knew that it was a pity, like your pity,
It's not even pity. It wasn't even necessarily that it was that. It's just like, dude, like 7, to 12, like I'd been over.
You're like, man, we've had our time. I just have to go. I
was just ready to go home, dude. I was dabbed out. I get sometimes I be like kind of nodding off and shit, dude. Like I was in that mode where it was like, okay.
Stop. By the way, I just forgot that I actually have a card in here, and now we are recording an audio as well, so we're gonna upload this to like Spotify and shit. By the way, people listening on Spotify and whoever else who just tuned in, we are talking about my accident and how I became paralyzed, and you got lucky because you came in right at the beginning.
Right at the beginnings.
So anyway, go ahead.
So, oh shit, fucking, we was here. I was like annoyed with you at that point. I was just like, dude, I just want to go. And when you
tell me how you really feel.
When when you were like hitting everybody up and shit, I was just like nobody was biting. I was just like, dude, please somebody like bite,
bro. And do you know how fucking shitty it is when you're just like, you have all the energy in the world. It's a weekend. It was a weekend, I believe, right?
Friday.
It was a Friday night.
It's Friday night.
I'm fucking 30 at the time. I'm 33 years old, and I'm like, bro, like nobody on a fucking Friday night wants to come over. I'll buy the beer. I'll hang out. Like I'll pay for you to hang out with me. And everybody's like, nah, fuck you, bro. Like we're good.
Nobody wanted that.
Nope. So Nick was like, all right, man, I'll hang out for a couple more hours.
Yeah. So I was just ready, dude. I was at that point, and I was just like, dude, I hope somebody comes over, like, just kind of like relieves
to kind of take you off of it, like kind of like the nurses at the hospital, like getting relieved when the fucking other shift comes in.
And that was the part that sucks. Is like I was so irritated, and I just wanted to go. And then like I remembered Nate finally answered the phone.
Yeah,
and I was like relieved because
so you were there when I called him,
dude,
and he was like, so, yo, yeah.
This is what happened. So you finally get a hold of him. I'm ready to like go. It's my last 15. I'm like, I'm getting ready. I'm leaving at 1:45. No ifs, ands, or buts. I remember looking at your clock, and he finally
shut up, I'll kill
answered.
You, bitch. That's my cat.
He finally answered, and I just remember like, fuck yes, dude, like. And you're like, Nate, like, what's going on? And he was just like, woo! Like, he was in that mode, too.
He was ready to go.
He was drinking, like, you could tell.
Well, here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Like, in his defense, let me say this. So, like, at this point in time, me and Nate's been friends for years. Like, we've known each other for years. He's known my cousins, Bobby and Joey. Like, we grew up together. So it's not like he's like some friend that I've known, a couple months or a couple years or whatever. Like I've known this kid since we were fucking like young, and he's older than me.
I've known him too. Not probably close as you been, but
right. But
we
like
all went to Vandercook, you know what I'm saying? So
but, like leading up to this, like Nate actually helped me do a bunch of shit, like move firewood, and like he didn't have a lot of friends at the time, so he wasn't really hanging out with a lot of people. And I'm like, hey man, like let's go do some shit, whatever. Let's hang out. And he was always down to hang out. He would come over and hang out. He would drink with me, he'd chill. And so, like, it took me a long time to be like, you know what, dude, it's not Nate's fault. Like, I don't blame Nate for this. I'm not mad at Nate for this. I don't want anybody, like, saying that, oh, Rick, said this or this or this. I've said what I said before out of anger because I was mad at my situation, and for that I do apologize because he wasn't around to fucking defend himself. But, you know what I'm saying, when this shit happened, we all made a decision. We all made a choice.
Right.
That night he had met, and I was super fucking happy for him too, man. He met this new girl. Didn't she, like, when he pulled up, like after you had left?
Well,
go ahead and finish that. Yeah, go ahead.
That's what I remember. I remember like he bit and was like, yeah, like he was like, woo, like all I could hear him through the phone.
Right,
like your volume was up. And I remember him saying something like he was around the corner, like coming through.
Right.
I remember like that was like, oh shit. And I remember in my mind, I'm like, dude, I got to be like, that's like that's my out.
That's your getaway.
Because my whole thing is like I got to get in the vehicle and leave, because if not, Nate's gonna pin me in when he pulls in here.
Right. And I do remember you saying that. Like I got to go before he gets in here.
And then I was like, I'm gonna be stuck. And then like we're gonna chill. Obviously, it's Nate. So he's gonna be like, "What up?" And then he's probably gonna want to smoke. And then we're gonna have to chill and smoke. And then I'm gonna be here even for another fucking hour.
Did you leave before he got there?
Yes, that was the beeline.
I didn't remember.
No, this is the beeline. Okay, yeah, and that's why I'm like glad we're telling the story so I can like
get your side of the story cleared out.
So I'm like, okay, and I stand up and I leave out the back door and we come around. You were still on the phone with him and you walked me to the car. And
damn.
We walked to the car.
Keep going. I'm going to switch the camera to you for a minute.
No, you're good. We walked to the car and you're still on the phone with him. And he was saying something like he was like around the corner or whatever. He was just about to be here. And I was trying to leave so I didn't get trapped. Right. And I just remember, dude, you walked me to the fucking car and he was still talking and you kind of like moved the phone away and you like, I'll never forget. You were like, bro, like, thank you so much, dude, for coming and chilling with me, man. You're like, I know we're like grown now, man, and you got kids and you got a life and things you got to do, but you still.
Oh, this was me talking to you?
Yeah, you're like, you still take the time to come over and still.
Oh, no, I do kind of vaguely remember that. I was giving you like the most drunkest fucking thank you so much, man.
You were.
Yeah.
And you fucking
as you were getting ready to leave.
You hugged me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like hugging you back, like patting you on the back. And I just kind of remember like rolling my eyes, not because it wasn't sincere and I didn't appreciate the love from a homie.
You just were trying to get the fuck out of there.
But I was just irritated with you and I was just to a point where I wanted to leave. And I'm like, dude, you are going to fucking trap me. In my mind, I'm like, dude, I just want to go.
You got to let me out of here.
At the same time, I'm like, okay. Because you at this time, I mean, like I said, dude, I came over at 7 and you was already deep with some drinks, and by midnight, almost 1, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you were in that party mode.
Oh, for sure.
So
ain't no stopping.
I got in the car and I just remember I just dipped out, dude. And my point of view was like, I just dipped out and went home and did exactly what I was trying to do. Go home, get something to eat, chill, watch TV, maybe smoke again a little bit, and just fucking lay down. And that's where I'll stop my side and I'll give you back the bike. But that was what happened. I left, you hugged me, and I just, like, that was the part that
killed you at the end.
It'll tie. It's
almost like a fucking movie, ain't it?
But yeah, like just because it ties back into like later on. So okay, you go with it. You go with it.
So I remember
real quick.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah. Hold on. All right, we got it both on there. Babe, I'm not going to need this right now, but you want to hand me out a couple of those Vapros? Those plus P pockets. Is that what they call them? There we go. All right, let's go ahead and you want to just finish this off? I'm going to have to take my fucking hoodie off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to finish it off.
I mean, it's up to you. We got a long way to go, bro. We got a long way to go.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just do half of it then.
All right. Ready? Here we go. Salud.
Salud.
That's when we said at the same time. You know, it might be ironic that some people are watching this thinking, like, you're talking about your accident, and at this point, they're guessing that it's, like, drunk driving related. But here's the kicker. I wasn't fucking driving. All right, so anyway, here we go. So, back to it. So, as Nick left, you know, after I gave you a big old hug and smooch and was like, I love you, bro. Like, thanks for being there for me. I've always been a very emotional guy. You know what I'm saying? I wear my heart on my sleeve. My dad was the same way. My grandfather was the same way. I mean, the Bader family comes from a long line of huggers.
I wasn't mad about it, bro. I love you, you know?
Love you too, man.
I'll always take my bros hugs, bro.
So
I was just done that.
No, for sure. I would be the same way if I was in your shoes. So anyway, so like Nick left, and this is what I remember, like from my recollection, and like I've remembered shit over the years. Well, not over the years. I mean, I've only been paralyzed for what, 3 years. But I remember as Nick left, when Nate pulled up. He had a beautiful GMC truck. I mean, I loved the truck. It was nice and black. Rims were black. It was jacked up a little bit. I mean, it looked nice. He was gangster pimping for a minute. When he pulled up, I remember him getting out, and actually, I don't even know if he got out or not. I remember I seen his date, and I remember looking at the girl sitting across from him, and I thought, the first thing in my head, sorry, Nate, if you ever watch this, was how the fuck did he get her? Like, how in the fucking world did this guy land this girl? Hey, what up, Jody?
Jody, my Jody.
Oh, there she is. But dude, I was like, seriously, I'm like, wait a minute, like this ain't, what the fuck? Like, wait, am I in a reality check? Is this a game show? So like after like we were sitting there talking, and he was like, hey, check this out. We're gonna come to your bonfire, but how about before we go to your bonfire, let's go out to the bar and let's have a couple drinks. And I would never forget, he said, I'll buy. I don't know if he said the first round or what, but he just said, I'll buy. And I'm like, that's all I heard. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. So I got in the back seat of the truck. It was a GMC fucking like extended cab, nice ass truck. I can't remember what year it was. But we ended up going out to, the first bar we went to was Corner Keg. You remember where Corner Keg's at? Over there off of Page Ave. Nobody watching this that's not from Jackson will know, but like the people that's from Jackson know where Corner Keg's at. It's right by A&A Meat Market. So we go by A&A Meat Market, and we go to Corner Keg, and I remember going in there, and I remember it being like kind of packed. And when we walked in, they had karaoke going on, to my surprise. I fucking love karaoke. So anyway,
sing.
No, I can sing a little bit. I can still sing a little bit, I think, maybe. I don't know. We're going to figure that out at another time. But so we walk in, they're doing fucking karaoke. I'm immediately like, that's where my mind and my heart goes. I'm like, karaoke, I'm fucking in. I remember them walking in and him sitting up at the bar with her. I have no idea what they ordered. I have no idea what they drank. I just beelined to karaoke. So I ordered my drink. I got my drink. I'm pretty sure he bought my beer. I went to the karaoke guy. I've seen him a few times. I signed my name down, and I was ready. Like, I had a couple people in front of me. But I remember sitting there, and there was so many other people at that bar that knew me, that I knew who they were, that I was like, hey, what's up? What's happening? What's going on? I'm shaking hands. I'm mingling. I'm a people person. Yeah, I'm going to have to take this fucking hoodie off. I can tell. I'm getting sweaty. So, like, as I'm sitting there, like, doing all of this, like, I remember vaguely, like, seeing him and talking to him, but I don't remember, like, I just remember him having, like, a beer or something. Like, I don't remember him taking a bunch of shots or getting super drunk or anything. So then it comes my time to sing. I think I sang a song. You know, everybody probably loved it, stood, you know, on their hands and knees, and everybody was clapping, I'm guessing. I don't know. In my head, I'm guessing that's how it went. We left there after that happened. We got done with that. It was almost last call. And I don't know whose idea it was. It might have even been my idea. I don't remember. Maybe not. But somebody had the idea to go to Page 1, which is right down the road from this other bar. So we go to Page 1.
Page Une.
I actually knew the owners because I do advertise. At the time, I did advertising with them. I knew like pretty much everybody that worked there. I knew when we went there, I knew half the bar. We already had half the people that were there. Like, dude, I remember that being like fun. Like singing, and at this time, grant you, my fiance had no fucking idea that I was gone. She had no idea. I never told her, never texted her. That was a dick move on my part. Babe, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. That was fucked up. As I'm out there, this is now we got to be 2:00 in the morning or something like that. I mean, it's bars are closing. It's the last call. I don't even remember like what I drank. I don't remember anything. I don't remember singing songs. I'm sure I probably did or tried to. But as we left page 1, which I don't even remember when we left or what happened, but I remember like we must have left page 1 obviously at some point. On the way back, at the time we lived over off of Robinson Road, which is like this little apartment complex called Foxfire. We were on the way to Foxfire, and I'll never forget that.
No, you lived here.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Moved from Foxfire.
We were going towards Foxfire. I remember that, and he turned because we should have turned. We should have not turned. He turned down the road. We were right by Foxfire, but he turned down McCain Road, which is over by that. What's that Paragon preschool thing? And I remember thinking like, wait a minute, we're not going the right way. And I remember saying, like, Nate, what are you doing? Like, I don't live this way. You're going to your house. We got to go to my house. Drop me off first. I don't want to go have a menage a trois with you, bro, or something. I don't know. I probably didn't say something that funny. I was probably too drunk. But anyway, I remember him slamming. Like, he slammed on the brakes. And we must have been doing, like, not even, like, 25, 30 miles an hour. We weren't going that fast. But he slammed on the brakes, and I fucking, boom. Like, I hit my glasses and, like, my head and everything off the back of his seat because he was in the driver. I was behind him. And his girlfriend wasn't wearing a fucking seatbelt at all. She fucking flew to the ground, slammed her head on the dashboard. And so at this point,
hold on.
Go ahead.
Cut you off. Just to paint.
No, you talk. I got to take this fucking hoodie off. Holy shit.
All right. I just wanted to paint the picture.
Go ahead.
So Nate's driving the truck in the front, and she's up front next to him? Or
yeah. She's on the passenger side.
Passenger seat.
Yep.
And you're in the back seat.
The back seat behind him.
Behind him, probably like sitting in the middle, right? Like.
Nope. Well, I did not have a seatbelt on, but I was still in the designated area.
Okay. Well, were you behind him or behind her?
I was behind him.
Behind him. So you're behind the driver's seat.
I was behind the driver's seat, yes.
Okay.
And I do remember, like, and it took me forever because I did not remember that until I was sitting here one day with my, who was it? It was my old caregiver. She was an old lady, and we were talking about it. And then, like, as she was talking about it with me, like, it literally came in to my mind. Like, it made me remember. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, and she's like, what? And I'm like, you just made me remember something that I totally did not have, any recollection of.
Yes.
So, as he hit the brakes, she goes flying. She hits her fucking head. I hit my face, and I wear glasses. Anybody that fucking wears glasses understands. You don't fuck with these. Once you fuck with these, then your mean guy comes out. You're like, son of a bitch, I'll kill you. So, man, I hit that thing so hard because I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And I remember yelling at him. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? If you're going to fucking drive like an idiot, let me drive. Get out and I'll drive. I remember saying that. Let me drive. Get out and I'll fucking drive. At the same time, she's calling him an asshole or whatever she's calling him because she's now holding her fucking head and her face climbing back up into her seat. And I remember her putting her seatbelt on. And I'm thinking, you know what? That's a good idea. And we're still parked. We're sitting in the middle of the road, not moving, from what I remember.
Okay.
I go to put my seatbelt on because I see her put her fucking seatbelt on. So let me put my shit big here because I'm sitting here looking at her. She puts her seatbelt on. I'm sitting here bitching him out, but then I'm thinking, I should probably put my fucking seatbelt on. So I reach back. I pull the seatbelt probably to about right here, and then all of a sudden he fucking slams the gas. Whoa, I get kicked back in the seat, and I'm fucking like this. Now, once you hit the gas to any kind of vehicle, you can't move that seatbelt.
Like it locks. Does that stupid lock thing.
I'm this fucking far away from plugging my seatbelt into my seatbelt connector, and I can't get it. There's nothing I can do. I remember pulling on this, and I'm trying to connect it, and I couldn't do anything. And that was it. Next thing you fucking know, boom, blackness. I don't remember anything. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember flipping over, screaming. I don't remember anything. The next thing I remember,
you just hit the gas.
Dude, he just hit the fucking gas. Like, I'm sitting here.
Seatbelt.
Yeah, I'm sitting here yelling at him to get out of the car, let me drive. Like, dude, if I'd have known you were going to drive like an asshole, I would have called the cab. Dude, I'm yelling all these different things to him.
Right.
Like, as I'm sitting here thinking, like, we must have been, it couldn't have been that long. We must have been just sitting there for a minute for her to get up, put her seatbelt on, and then he stabbed the gas. Because if she wouldn't have had her seatbelt on, she would have been fucked.
Right.
Dude, they all would have been fucked. We all would have been fucked. I don't know if I'm pretty sure he had his seatbelt on because he did walk away with some, I think a broken back or some other shit. But so anyway, so he stabs the gas and we start climbing. I mean, we're doing, you know, fucking 35, 45, 55, 65. The cops estimated it to be around 70 miles an hour when we hit the curb. I wish I had fucking pictures of the curb or the corner because I'd show you. Imagine like you're driving down this road, it goes straight, and then all of a sudden it curves to the right to go over a bridge to a highway. He was going so fast down this road, and it's just like a residential road. There's not a whole lot of houses. There's a bunch of trees and a couple of houses. And when he turned right, or tried to turn right, the car was going too fast, the truck, for him to actually make that turn. So when I don't know if he jerked or what, but something happened to where the truck started, like, he went off the pavement, turning right. The truck started flipping over, end over end. And then,
I thought, wasn't it like nose to?
It could have been nose to nose. You're right. It could have been nose to nose. Well, based on the pictures I'm about to show you guys, You're gonna be like, it might have been nose to nose. I don't fucking know. I asked for police reports. I filled out a fucking FOIA request, which I don't even know how to do that, but I did it, and I still haven't gotten anything left. So let's go ahead and take this, and we'll fucking finish it. Ooh, good thing I got the hoodie off now. Ah, man, it's a good day to be alive. Great day to be alive, matter of fact.
Yeah,
so anyway,
not bad. I like that bamboo.
I'm telling you, bro, it's a little bit more expensive than your regular shit, but it's well worth it. Brenda, tell Al about it. He's gonna love it.
Don't tell him about that.
Don't tell him about that.
Don't tell him about the bamboo.
Keep that for yourself. So anyway, so the truck flips or whatever. I have absolutely no idea. Like, I don't remember any of this happening. Like, I'm guessing it must have been traumatic as fuck. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. I've told this part of my story so many fucking times, it gets tiring telling. But it's kind of bittersweet, I guess. It's weird. But I don't know. I kind of like the way that I did it. If I wouldn't have did the way that I did it, I might have died. So I'm in the woods. I open my eyes. Like, I should start with, I open my eyes, and I'm looking straight up, like, at the sky. And I remember seeing these trees climbing, like, up around me, and I remember, like, seeing the stars. And I didn't hear anything at first. I just seen, like, this beautiful starry night with these fucking, like, trees swaying in the wind, and I'm looking straight up, and I'm like, first thing I thought was, this son of a fucking bitch. I was like, we just got into a bad accident. I knew it. I knew we got into an accident. And I'm thinking, well, I better get up and assess the damage and see what happened. So right when I say, well, I better get up and see what happened, I go to, like, use my elbows to, you know, if you're on the ground, to kind of move yourself up. I couldn't move anything. Couldn't move my elbows. So I'm like, well, let me try to kick my legs and see if I can move myself. Couldn't move my legs. I'm trying so hard to send my brain signals to my body parts that aren't working at all. Nothing is working. Nothing. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, let me try to yell for help, because I can hear people at this point. I see the lights. I see the lights of the ambulance, or the fire truck, or whoever the fuck it was. I knew that I was in trouble. I knew that I couldn't feel anything, probably because my body was going through trauma. The whole time, my brain's calculating this while I'm drunk. And I'm like, what do? I can't move my arms. I can't move my legs. I can't yell. I tried to yell, and all that happens is I go, like you got punched in the stomach or something, you know, like I'm completely winded. I had no idea how bad my fucking injuries really were. And I kept thinking, and I'm like, dude, what can I do? I got to get these people's I got to get their fucking attention or I'm going to die, is what I kept thinking. I started, like, trying not to panic. So I kind of, like, I remember doing that. And I'm like, fuck, I can breathe. Thank God for that. I'm like, well, I'm thinking, this is all me thinking in my head. I can breathe. I can blink my eyes. And I'm like trying to talk, and I'm like, I can move my mouth. I can do that. I can breathe. I can move my mouth. I can move my eyes. I'm like, I can fucking whistle. So I took my deepest breath that I could take, and I went. And I remember fucking pushing as hard as I could to try to whistle as hard as I fucking could. And I must have did it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. Finally, I remember hearing somebody say, "Where are you at?" And I remember hearing, seeing the fucking lights, the flashlights hit the trees. And I remember I fucking whistled and whistled and whistled until I felt the light hit me. And I could hear the jingling of the keys running up to me. And at that point, I'm thinking, fuck, thank God I got somebody to help me.
Right.
The guy come over and he looked over my body and he looked right at me and he said, "What's your name?" And I said, I couldn't talk. I'm like, I was all fucked up. He said, "Don't try to talk. Don't try to move. We're going to get you help. We're going to get you help. Don't try to move." That's the last time. I remember them putting me on the stretcher. I remember me getting into the ambulance. And as soon as my head passed through that light of the ambulance, I blacked out. Completely blackout. I don't remember a fucking thing after that. Apparently, when I got back to the hospital, I was up. I was talking to people. My face was all fucked up. I had scrapes and scars and all kinds of shit on me. I was bleeding from who knows where. People were telling me that I kept saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I let you down. Because in my head I let him down.
Do you remember talking? Do you remember me?
Dude, I don't remember any of that shit. Go ahead, though.
I just realized, man, as you're talking, I'm like, man, I don't want it to be a crazy emotional thing.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Let it go.
Liquor buzz and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm ready for that, dude.
I mean, we're not trying to have a Dr. Phil session here on fucking the old Rick and Nick show, but... no, bro. So
no, you were. Oh man, I want to go too full throttle, but
I mean, dude, this is one of my best friends in my entire life. This guy's been here for me since 3rd grade. Not to make your emotional moment even more emotional.
Shit.
Got you.
Shit. No, it was rough, dude. All
right, I'm gonna give you the camera real quick while I do some personal hygiene things.
Man, you put me on the spot. No.
So this is after I got home from in the hospital. This is right after the accident, and I'm you came up and seen me, right?
I'm for some reason.
This is right after you left me. You were just there. How long ago was it before you left me?
I got on Facebook and Mel had posted something about going to the ER or something, and I remember because I had just left a few hours prior.
Right.
I remember just thinking oh, maybe one of the kids is sick or something. I was maybe was Gavin sick? And I'm no, because he came in the studio a couple times and he seemed like he was okay. I don't know. I just remember thinking
something had to be going on with the family or something.
Something. And then I don't remember how. Did I call you? Or did you call me? I don't remember.
See, Mel don't even fucking remember.
Facebook for people to pray for him. Because when I went back and seen him, he told me to have people pray for him.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. And then, so I think I might have reached out to you and been what's going, and then.
There's so many people that did, I don't remember.
Yeah. And then I remember
He's talking to my fiance, so people don't understand.
So yeah, sorry.
She's in the room, but she's not on camera or nothing.
I remember I had to.
What time was it?
It was a Sunday. No. It was Saturday. Saturday.
What time was it when you got the call? Were you I got to come see him?
Oh man.
Because you got to think, you left me that night at what, 12, midnight?
About 1 o'clock.
That's
roughly
damn.
About 1. It was almost 1 o'clock.
I keep forgetting how late it was. Right.
So, yeah, when I left, it was about 1:45.
Damn.
So, yeah. So okay. I went in there. I remember, with Mel, dude, and that was It was crazy because I remember I got in touch with her. I don't remember if it was, I want to say I think I called her.
Right.
It might even have been through Messenger or something. I just remember I like called and she was like,
what's going on?
Rick was in an accident. I'm up at the hospital, and I'm like, I went up there. And I don't even remember, like, they let me, I don't know. I found Melody somehow. And I just remember me and her went in there. And, yeah, dude, you were still conscious.
Yo, what up, Paco? What's going on, buddy?
Paco.
That's my family. That's my cousin right there.
Yeah, I went in there, and you were still conscious. You were, like, laying on your back, but I just remember, yeah, dude, like,
they had my shirt cut off and shit, too, didn't they?
Yeah, dude, like, you were muffed up, dude. Like, it was crazy, dude. It knocked the wind out. It was crazy, dude. Like, I just remember, like, just instantly just tearing up, dude. What's that?
Oh, like I was breathing funny, she said.
Like, no, dude, like, it was just effed up because I just, like, it left
Paco said bad.
a few hours prior, you know, and then, like, for that to happen, I didn't really know the gist of everything yet. I just knew that there was an accident.
Right.
And, like, before it really, like, just kicked in, it was just, like, I had just left you, dude. We just been hanging out. And, you know, for all them hours, just because we normally something we normally did.
Right.
You know, to see, like, your best friend like that, like, a few hours later, like that, it was just crazy. Like,
Paco said fucking, I remember it was hard to see. I went in and saw him before I left work that day, so prior to 6:30 p.m.
Dude, yeah. Like, it was super hard. It was hard. And, dude, I really don't want to get into the details.
So here's the thing, though. I kept all these pictures, like all the pictures of me. Well, listen, all the pictures of me, like after the fact, I kind of kept out of there. Like, I didn't want anybody to see me right afterwards, even though there are pictures out there, and those who fucking have them, like, way to go. Keep them bitches. I don't even give a fuck. But let me just explain. So, all this shit I don't remember. I don't remember talking to like him or my fiance or anybody else.
I'm sorry. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I came in and you were like in a brace, so you could only like just look straight up, and you were still conscious. And I came in and told you I was there, and you apologized to me, and you were just like, I fucked up, and I'm just like, I just know what to say. Like, I was so speechless. Like Paco said, dude, it was just hard to see. I just like.
Oh, that was Jody that said that. I went and saw him before I left work. She said Nick and I talked on the phone for like an hour when I got out of work.
Yeah, so I was up there for a minute. We were like talking or whatever, and I just remember it was just super emotional. I won't go into like every single little.
Well, here's the thing. We don't have a lot of time, and I got a lot of shit to show you guys. So here's the thing. Right. I was all fucked up. One of the biggest things that I'll never forget that people took. Oh, I thought that cat was trying to jump on the TV. I'm like, that's not a real fire. Chill out. She said, when I came in, the first thing Rick said to me was, I'm sorry and I love you. I remember, everybody told me I kept saying that. And I mean, dude, I feel like because I let people down. Like, I let people down. I wasn't the guy that I should have been. I knew I fucked up, and I knew that my whole life was going to change. For some reason, I prayed for it. Remember at the beginning of this podcast, I told you I prayed to fucking change. I prayed for the Lord to change my life.
You told me that like a week or so when we were hanging out.
So while we're sitting here talking about this, let's just go ahead and start showing the truck pictures. So this part right here, let's see. That's the back side of Nate's nice looking fucking GMC that I was in. That's like the back left side. You'll see the driver's side door there. Barely what you can even see looks like a fucking truck bed anymore. Yeah, I put these in here, Pac. Here's another one. This is the truck bed. Now, if you look at the back window, that back window, I'm pretty sure is what I came out of when the truck was flipping end over end. I'm not sure how I ended up in the woods or how the fuck all that shit broke down, but like, that shit's fucking, man, got me all fucked up. I came out of there and like, there's not even a truck bed there. Like, that shit's all just confetti. Crumpled like a son of a bitch. And then this one right here, this is the front of the truck. So it kind of gives you an idea of the fucking dude, like the sheer power that it would have took to break that big ass machine down as many times as it did. I mean, that's not no everyday crash. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not no fender bender. That's not no fucking. That shit's crazy. And the Paco said that's what they said, and I could show you how you ended up in woods. And see, really, dude, like honestly, I asked the police about the shit. I wanted a FOIA request of all the different shit that we had of the reports, but they never gave me anything. So I don't know. I'll probably eventually get to that. But there are two people that said that when I landed there, they were like, my husband came out and he sat with you, and you're in the driveway. And I'm like, I wasn't in the fucking driveway, lady. Like, they had to come find me, like in the woods. Like, I remember that. And then somebody was like, yeah, you were in the woods. And I'm like, oh shit. So anyway, let's fast forward to Jackson, Michigan. Okay, the fucking Henry Ford, Allegiance Health, whatever you want to call it. I call it Foot Hospital still because I don't give a fuck and I'm ruthless. Jody, where's Jody, my Jody? Jody, my Jody.
Wait, you're leaving out the part also. I think we're skipping about. Just real quick to go back. When I was in the room with you, we had our conversation for a little bit and we were like talking. I was just trying to be there for you, keep you company. And it got to a point that when we were talking, like you were like nodding out, you'd fall asleep. And then,
see, I don't remember that.
And then you'd like kind of come back too. And like the second time you did it, you were like, you just told me like, dude, you should just like go home. Like, and I'm like, dude, I could sit here. And you're like, I just remember you're like, no, dude, like, I'm getting kind of tired. And I'm just like, all right, dude, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll come see you tomorrow. And you're like, all right.
Right.
And I remember I left. And it was just, that was at the time, like, it was only me and Melody were in the room, I remember.
Dude, okay, so yeah, I don't want to skip over this time. So, like, dude, and it was, like, the time for me to be in the hospital for, and let me just get over this, because this shit, I do remember this, and it's, oh, man, I fucking hate talking about this shit, because it makes my fucking head hurt, but the only time that I remember coming to inside the hospital is when they were taking me down to get an MRI. They wanted to, like, do my whole body, like my brain, head, everything.
That's what happened right after I left.
Yeah.
And that's when Jody called me. I talked.
Jody remembers this because she knows that she was probably freaking out too, just as much as fucking Melody. I mean, Melody's got her own story when this shit happened. So I remember they assigned me to go to an MRI. I remember I don't know why, but I woke up. Well, I was awake the whole time, I guess, but I remember my consciousness lets me remember when they were getting ready to put me in this thing, and I remember looking at it like, what the fuck? I gotta go in there, and they're like, yeah. Like, he's like, dude, he looked down at me like, dude, you're hurt pretty fucking bad. Like, he didn't say fucking, but he said, you're hurt pretty bad.
Right.
We need to find out what's wrong with you so we can help you. And I remember being like, well, how long do I gotta be in there? And he said an hour and 40 minutes. Roughly. I'm like, an hour and 40 fucking minutes inside an MRI machine? The fuck? I'm like, dude, this is fucking what? 2019. You can't figure this shit out? Son of a bitch.
He's like, you can't just put me on.
He's like, listen, dude, calm down. He kept telling me to calm down. Listen, he said, we have to do this. We have to do this. And so I'm like, fuck it, let's just go. I'll try it. So they put me in the machine, and I remember, like, everything was racing through my head. I didn't know what happened. I had no idea where the fuck everybody else was. I didn't know what my condition was. I had no idea what was going to happen to me. I was in that bitch for like maybe 7 minutes, and I start freaking out. And then I start fake hyperventilating. Fake hyperventilating turns to real hyperventilating, so they pull me out. I can't stop it at this point because I started it, and I figured, hey, I can hyperventilate whatever, faking they'll get me out of here. Couldn't stop it. I ended up passing out. They call code blue. Jody fucking hits up Melody, like, Melody, they just called code blue. Fucking Melody's like across the street at Coney Island, like, damn it, I fucking knew it, guys. I knew we shouldn't have left. We gotta go now. You're either coming or I'm fucking walking. So her and Gary and Patty got back in the truck and they fucking raced her back up there or whatever.
Yeah, because I remember they got her out of there to get her something to eat.
Get her something to eat because she wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking knockout girl, man. Thank you, Melody. Love you to death, babe. I'm gonna give you the world and I'm gonna suck your toes while I'm at it, maybe. I don't know if she's into that sort of thing. Probably not, because feet are gross, but she deserves it. That's for damn sure. So anyway, I code. I'm like, coded out. And Jody said, oh my God, I freaked out when they called the code. I was like, oh shit, it's Rick. I instantly called and messaged Mel. Thank you for that, though, Jody.
Jody hit me up and was like, let me know what was going on. And,
That's fucking bad.
I remember, I was gonna.
Wrong one.
I think I went back up there with Bill.
Bill who?
Billy. Or I didn't go with him. I
Cursed?
met him up there. Bill Cursed.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people up there, and
No, that's another thing too, though. Is that I want to say is thank you for every single fucking soul. Like I don't even care if you donated or whatever. Like if you came up to the hospital because you heard that I got in an accident, and you wanted to be like, hey, let me at least see him or whatever. Like pay my respects or whatever. Bro, thank you. Like, I appreciate that for sure. Like, hats off to you guys. Like, I never knew. You know, it kind of answers that age-old question. Like, what happens if you die? You know what I'm saying? Who would be there? And from Nick and everybody telling me the amount of fucking people that showed up.
So many people.
Like, dude, I can't even, like, I don't know for sure because I was never there. But, like, the stories that I've heard is just. And then the people that did donate. Like, I had friends of mine doing donations and fucking, like, doing fundraisers for me and shit. Like. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. I mean, that's the type of shit that I would do for somebody, especially if I was close with them. But like, to have them do it for me, afterwards, I was just.
Oh man, I just thought of something.
I couldn't fucking even think about it. Nicky Donnelly, Ward Walling, like all those guys. Like those guys are fucking gangsters, man. Appreciate that.
Andy Berry.
Yep, he held out. Like I still got some of his bracelets he fucking had made and shit. Yeah, Jody said tons and tons of people.
Dude. AR, dude, performed, dude.
I know, man. Fucking God rest his soul, man. Fucking AR, dude. All right, fucking P, bro.
Dude, I don't have no more drink, dude, but I'll drink some water.
Dude, fuck, you need some water with that. Yeah, you got to drive. I don't.
Right.
Good thing he stays here for quite a while. Man. Yeah. Like Paco said, Andy fucking Barry, dude, for sure. Even though I don't hear much from him nowadays.
Yeah.
We should definitely get him out to the new crib.
Right.
Speaking of which, everybody that watches this show knows we're getting ready to move. Hence, if you see boxes here or there, don't worry about it.
Boxes.
But anyway, so like, all this shit goes down. Fucking like, finally it starts to calm down. And I remember even Melody telling me like, dude, the nurse even looked at me, and even Jody said like, she was like, we can make it fucking stop. Like, just tell us and we'll make it stop. Like, you don't have to have nobody come see him. We'll be done. And she was like, no, like, it's okay. He was known by a lot of people, like, or he is known. I keep saying, like, I'm dead or something, but.
He was known.
Like, he's known by a lot of people. Like, it's cool. And, like, man, I'll never know. Like, I'll never go back and see that. But it's, like, to know that it happened, for me, like I said, it answers that age-old question, like, who would show up to your funeral?
There was, like, random
and I was like, holy fuck,
coming
man.
up there, dude. Like,
I heard there was some, like, buster-ass motherfuckers that nobody, like, they knew that didn't, like, dude, nobody, they were like, you don't know fucking Rick, get out of here.
There was all kinds of people coming up there, dude. There was, like, dude, you want to know what? And this is another thing, too, that, like, I'm going to shout out and give Melody super props, because as her, like, being your girl, right. I could only imagine, dude, like, so many people were reaching out to me and hitting me up wanting to know details and story. I was so overwhelmed as your friend,
right,
as your homie. So like I could only imagine on top of everything else, like what she had to go through with that. So
no, for sure. And like that's one of the things that I'll never do. Like
it was overwhelming. Everybody hit me up, dude, like from everywhere, like wanted to know, and like just everyone who was fishing, you know, just random people too, like just
wanting to know. And like, what happened?
Yeah,
what happened?
Everybody, dude.
Is he okay?
Everybody. And like, I was overwhelmed just by the amount that I received. So like, I'm just like,
with all the different genres, dude. And so many people are like, bro, I had no idea that you knew this person, or this person knew you through this person, or like you had ties with these people. And like, dude, I don't know if it's like, I don't know, man. With my advertising company, with my car shows that I do or did, you know, I met a lot of people and stuff, and I'd like to think that I helped a lot of people, or like tried to do something good for the community that people would see. But like that right there just showed me, you know, I'm like, holy fuck, man. Like, I appreciate that. I appreciate every one of you guys, man. Straight up. Like,
dude, shout out Alicia. What's her Tedder, right? How do you? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm probably butchering it.
But I can't remember, but I know the first name.
She worked with me at Olive Garden, and I didn't know that she knew you like that. And she actually came up with the idea. Like, I don't remember what she did. She went and asked the managers and got something donated for your benefit.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was like a raffle or something for like.
It might have been like a raffle because I know there was a couple of raffles.
Something like.
See, Nikki and Ward would know more about that shit.
Yeah,
but no, dude, even that, like, man, like, I'm so appreciative and like, so like, I don't want to spend so much time on this, but like, I want to let people know that I do appreciate it, man. And it's so super fucking like, genuinely, like, I cared about that shit after I got good enough to where I could actually look back and be like, holy fuck, all these people did this shit for me. So as we're moving ahead, I spent about how long in foot, babe? Like how long in Allegiance you think? So I was almost there for a month. Jody would probably know that too, but I don't remember a lot. Like I don't remember a whole fucking lot from being at Allegiance. One thing I do realize that I did forget was my cool lights. So as I'm at Allegiance, I remember certain things like, man, I remember like watching fucking, what was it? What was that show we were watching? The Moonshiners. I remember watching Moonshiners all the fucking time because they didn't have like pay-per-view or they didn't have like click to you go or whatever. You just had to watch what was on, you know, whatever. Jody said, yep, around a month. Right, I do. And so I started hallucinating. So really, unbeknownst to me, they were giving me shit laced with fentanyl. Well, they were giving me fentanyl, I guess. So, like, as they're giving me fentanyl, dude, my whole fucking stay at Allegiance Health was like a complete Jimi Hendrix acid fucking trip.
You're skipping a part, didn't you? They had you in like a medically induced, weren't you?
Well, they put me into a medically induced coma for 2 weeks.
And then didn't you get like sick or something, like a chest?
Oh yeah, that's when I almost died for the second time. See, but all that shit I don't remember. Melody remembers that. She'd be better off. Might as well put a microphone on her face and have her tell a story. She's like, absolutely not.
I'm not jumping.
But no, I mean, long story short, man, like after I was there, I fucking dropped down. When did they do the surgery? Before or after my coma? Oh, so they did my surgery while I was in a coma. I was in a coma for 2 months, or 2 weeks. Put a trach in, so they fucking, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me see right there.
You should have got this light.
Oh, no, I got here. Boom. So they put a fucking trach in. They cut my neck hole open so I could eat and breathe, right? Or that's just breathe. That's nothing to do with eating. And they put another one on my stomach for food. And like I don't do it. Like all this shit flew by me. I don't remember a whole lot of it. But like as all this is happening, I remember like my last couple days at Allegiance Health. I remember, I don't know if they were weaning me off of it. I think they were like they were getting me off of the fentanyl. And I remember like starting to come to with my memory in my mind. Paco said, yep, and dude, you needed them meds. I don't know how you could handle that pain. Oh, fuck, dude, you ain't lying. Like, man, there's another funny part I'll tell you about it too. So, like, as I'm coming back down, like, there was this girl, man. There was this, man, what was it, Dr. what? Remember the Ramona or it was like
Ramon's.
Ramon's. Oh, Rupa. It was Rupa. I can't do it. I can't do the fucking Rupa. Dude, I gargle because I can't roll my tongue, so I go Rupa, 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 Rupa. That was her name. She was a, man, I can't remember what ethnicity she was. Dude, I want to say she was one of those, like, Arabian fucking stealth ninjas, dude. Swear to God. Like, I thought for sure she was, like, the whole time, mind you, this fentanyl has got me thinking that Allegiance Health has got me under practices through Dr. Fauci to fucking get me into some kind of medical ward to fucking take my brain matter and turn it into some kind of weapon. I'm freaking out. Like, I literally have all these different dreams of all these different fucking scenarios because of fentanyl. Fentanyl fucked me up. And I don't know how people do that shit as a drug. That shit's fucked up.
Dude, fentanyl,
bro,
is crazy.
So before I go on to this, okay, so there's this one dream I had, and I remember I kept thinking I was in a bread truck. Like, they emptied out a bread truck, put me on the fucking, like, top of the counter, strapped me down to the sink and shit, and I just laid there. Like, that's what I thought I was in. I thought I was in a bread, and I kept telling them, can somebody clean this bread dust out? You guys got bread dust all over this bitch. Like, it's fucking my eyes up and everything. So one night, I don't know what it was, but, like, I told Melody, I was like, you got to strap me down. I went to fucking Walmart last night and ended up fucking getting into some shit or whatever. And she's like, what happened? And I was like, I went to Walmart and I went shopping. And as I was coming back down through by McDonald's, there was this overturned bread truck. I don't know where I kept getting bread trucks from. This fentanyl fucking must be derived from bread. But like, bread so truck. I kept thinking like, I told her, I was like, there was this upside down bread truck, okay, on its roof. And I looked in the fucking main bay of the bread truck, because you know bread trucks are cut out, or like a food truck, I guess, I don't know. And there was these ducks and these frogs and these fishes just swimming, and they were having a good time, and they were fucking singing, "My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard," and they're like, "It's better than yours." And dude, I told her that's exactly what I said, dude. So I fucking, like, in my mind, I literally threw my bags of groceries. I flipped my feet up and I plopped right next to these fucking frogs and ducks, and I just, "My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard." Dude, I was having a great time until I realized that it was all fucking drugs. So, dude, it was fucked up.
That's what fentanyl had you doing.
Dude, fentanyl had me all fucked up. Dude, thought there was kids running up and down the hallway. One of my boys came to see me and shit. Fucking Tone or whatever. He had his kids with him, but like he left like in like 2 hours after that. I'm like, tell these kids shut the fuck up. There was no kids. There was no fucking kids. Dude, fentanyl had me all fucked up. So anyway, we get ready to leave Allegiance Hospital. Rupa. Yeah, do your R rolls. I can't.
Rupa.
Rupa tells me that there's a fucking place called Mary Free Bed, and that there will be beds available, but she's waiting for a bed for me to get out of Allegiance. I have to get a bed. So like I'm looking at her and I'm like, "Listen, you gotta tell him to get me a bed. Well, I'll do whatever it takes. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here, Morty. We gotta get out of here." So like I'm literally whispering. I'm thinking like she's doing me a favor under the covers, like, of darkness. I'm thinking like she's working against the hospital at this point. The hospital has no fucking idea what she's doing, and she's just fucking working for me.
She's pulling some strings.
And she's pulling some fucking strings for me, so I can get the fuck out of this hospital. That in my mind, that's what the fuck I'm thinking.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Rupa. Fucking comes through, dude, that same fucking day, or the next day, I think. And she's like, "Good news. A bed space is opened up in fucking Mary Free Bed. You're going. 10 o'clock. Ambulance is on the way." Boom! I'm fucking happy as shit. I'm like, "Let's go, bitches. Get me the fuck out of here." I'm coming down off the fentanyl. This whole time, the hospital had this shit planned. They already knew what the fuck was going on. But in my head, I'm like, nobody knows where I'm going. I'm getting out of here. I'm good. Just take this shit off me. So you probably can't see, but on this arm right here, they had me all taped up. I had IVs and shit in my fucking veins or whatever. Come to find out, on the way out to go to fucking Mary Free Bed, I'm allergic to medical tape. They literally start ripping off this tape and rip off part of my whole arm, my ink, my tattoos, everything. Like, I got fucked up. Just side note. Anyway, so we're getting ready to get on the fucking freeway to go to Mary Free Bed. I am so fucking happy I'm getting out of this damn hospital. I'm like, they can't experiment on me no more. These motherfuckers can't poke me and prod me with this bullshit no more. I'm getting the fuck out of here, right? I'm ready to go. I'm fucking ready to go. I'm so ready to go. Still didn't realize what the hell life had in store for me. I had no idea. I just knew I had to get the fuck out of there. In my mind, I'm thinking they're taking me up to the fucking lighthouse with the girl that loves birds. What was her name? Dude, whatever the nurse was that I kept calling you a bird lady, I'm so sorry. I don't remember if that was all I was dude, but she freaked me out. I thought she was literally the one that was in charge of all these crazy people. And she was taking me home at night with her birds, and I was like talking to her birds and shit, and fucking I made friends with her because I felt bad for her, and because I thought I hated her, but really I felt bad for her because she was just a bird lady. Dude, this is what these fucking drugs were doing to me, bro.
Fentanyl had
fucking
like,
me all up.
Damn, dude.
Dude, man, and I feel so sorry. I wish I could go back and give her a hug because I knew she was just trying to help me. But that fentanyl fuck you up. I need to make that a sound. Fentanyl fuck you up.
Fentanyl fuck you up.
So we're getting ready to leave there, and I'll never forget. I don't know who it was. Some girl, some nurse. She was like, "All right, so I gotta go big with this." She says, "You're getting ready to go to Grand Rapids. Do you want some painkillers for your ride there?" Did not realize that I was going to be fucking on my back on a metal gurney for a 2-hour drive on the fucking highway. So I said, no, get me out of here. Get me out of here with your fucking experimental drugs. I'm not taking your fucking drugs. I didn't say that, but in my mind, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't take pills. I don't take pills. I don't need pills.
No pills.
I don't need pills. Who needs pills?
No pills.
Fucking, what the fuck am I? Paraplegic? I don't need fucking pills. So I literally get in the fucking highway, right? Paco, you're going to like this. So they put me in this fucking ambulance, and this is my view. So I remember they gave me a fucking, they gave me a cell phone. Well, no, Randy actually from Candy Cane Wireless gave me a cell phone. And, man, like, I don't even remember, like, how I went through getting everything to work or whatever, but, like, I remember, like, I got the cell phone and I'm sitting here and I'm trying to take, like, these little bitty pictures and videos to, like, document myself on, like, what's going on or whatever. So in this picture, Paco, that's the car right behind the ambulance is my cousin Paco. Like, man, dude, big ups to him. He fucking came and helped me out and stuck by my side for a long time with this shit. So, like, as I'm going up there, like, you can see my feet. I'm wrapped up in this blanket. I wish I would have took a picture of the guy that was next to me, one of the EMTs. I can't remember his name, but he was an older gentleman. He was cool as fuck, man, and he was, like, talking to me about just cars and everything else, and I was talking to him about, like, you know, what I was interested in and what I did and stuff like that. So during this 2-hour fucking drive up to Grand Rapids, like, this is all I see. Like, and really, it's not even this. I didn't see cars. I seen, like, the top of trees and shit. I just held my phone up and was able to click this picture. So we're on the way up there. We're going up to fucking, you know, Grand Rapids, Mary Free Bed or whatever, and I remember, like, pulling into the city, and I remember starting to see buildings, and I'm like, oh, we're getting close. We must be. And he was like, yeah, we're almost there. He's like, and then I remember he was like, we got to figure out where to put you. I don't know where they want you at. So, like, we finally got around, and they unloaded me, and I'm on a gurney, and they brought me up to, like, man, I felt like in my head, I thought it was, like, Ann Arbor. I'm like, dude, I fucking made it. I'm in Ann Arbor or whatever. Like, I'm in a beautiful place. Like, this place looks rich and, you know, nice, bright colors. And
you made it.
Man, I just loved it so much. I'm like, dude, I know I'm going to get good service here. Granted, I was still kind of probably under the, you know, effects of drugs or whatever. But as I got up there, they introduced themselves. I had a couple little nurses. They were young kids. You could tell they were fresh out of med school, and one was like the elder lady, and fucking, they put me in my room. They let us kind of get acclimated. Paco fucking grabbed my Xbox and hooked my Xbox up for me so I would have something to play. And I'll never forget, he actually went out and fucking I wouldn't say the first thing he ever bought me, but the first video game he ever fucking bought me was Modern Warfare, I think it was, the Call of Duty game or whatever. So we could all play together. And it was like brand new. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, dude, you didn't have to do that. Like, thanks, man. And dude, that really helped though. Like, it gave me some sense of like home, you know, like I'm like, man, maybe everything's going to be okay. And I remember like everybody was so nice at Mary Free Bed. Like when I first came up there and they got me in my bed and everything. And then everybody went home. Then I think it was just me and Melody up there. And like the next morning, I'll never fucking forget. And I'll never, dude, to the day I die, I'll never forget this. So the next morning, let me just move this out of the way here. I don't know if I can. So the next morning, I wake up and just imagine this. I'm looking like up and there's this like nurse and she like rubs my arm and it's fucking like probably what, 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning maybe. And I'm looking up at her and she says, hey, Richard, hi, hey, good morning. And I'm like, oh, hey, yeah, what's going on? She's like, welcome to boot camp. Time starts now. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, totally thought she was bullshitting. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. No, she wasn't bullshitting. Dude, Mary Free Bed does not play. They literally got me up that first day and put me into a wheelchair. Lifted me up with like a lift from the ceiling, like a hoist, and put me into a wheelchair. And then every day since the first day I was there, they taught me how to like move myself and like, man, even granted, they had to leave the lift till the day I think I left there. Because I wasn't able to bump transfer. No, I had to use like a slide board, but like they taught me so much. They did. They taught me a hell of a fucking lot, man. And like they made me feel like life wasn't over. Like Mary Free Bed made me feel like I had a chance. You know what I'm saying? At still having a life. Like I wasn't gonna be They weren't going to cast me out. Like, I was going to have some other life besides what I thought was pretty much death. Like, I'm like, this is it. Like, I remember telling Melody, I'm like, at least we'll get to sit on the front porch together. At least we'll get to sit on the front porch and watch the cars go by. And she said, oh, you're out of your mind. We're doing more than that. You're crazy. So kind of fast forward to the next little thing that I have here, which would be my power chair pimping. So this was the first time that they put me into a power wheelchair. It wasn't the first time, but I mean, it was the first time that I've actually remember like cruising around and hanging out in one. They had me just kind of like keeping it and hanging out for the day. And I remember wearing that neck brace, and that fucking neck brace, man, sucked so bad. Oh, just thinking about it just making my neck hurt now. Like I couldn't turn my head. I couldn't like look down. I just had to sit there. And I remember like a feeling of like every morning you have to wake up with a feeling of just not giving up, but like accepting it. You know, like you're not giving up. You're not saying like, whatever, you know, I'm done. But you're saying, okay, this is what it's going to be like. Let's just get it done. Let's do it. Those are two different types of fucking ways of looking at shit. It's either going to say, fuck it, I'm done, I give up. Or you're going to be like, whatever, if this is what I got to do to get through it, let's get it done. That's kind of where I was at. I was like, let's just get it done and do it. So this lasted for a while. I remember
You're still at Mary Free Bed at this time.
I was at Mary Free Bed, yeah. Like, I mean, this is... Dude, those green boots behind me that you see, I still wear to this day. Those are what I call my moon boots.
Oh, see them.
Yeah, yeah. You've actually put them on me,
yeah,
I think,
put them
before.
on you, I think.
Yeah, they keep your foot from having drop foot, which is a whole nother
right
subject.
There.
Yeah, they're over
There's
there.
one right there, one right there.
So, man, like this whole time being up there, like the longer that I was in Mary Free Bed, granted they were putting me straight to work, but like my mind started getting more and more clear from the fucking drugs that they gave me at Allegiance. And so, like, man, I just remember the first time, like, the doctors even, and this is before this happened, but the doctors touching on my leg and, like, tapping my leg and, like, can you feel this? No. Tapping my knee and shit. Can you feel this? No. Tapping my, like, upper thighs and everything else. Can you feel this? Nope. And they got to the point to where I figured out from my chest down I was paralyzed. And, like, I'll never forget the first time where he, like, touched my foot and tapped my foot and was like, can you feel this? And I told him no. I knew it. Like, I knew it. I'm like, this would happen to me. I'm like, dude, this fucking would happen to me. Like, why? So at first, I wanted to, dude, that was it. I felt regret. I felt fucking, like, anger. I felt pain. I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I wanted to give up. But, dude, like, real quick, though, like, my survival instinct kicked in and was like, nope, we're not giving up. We're not letting go. So, man, after all that, like, they did what they did every single fucking day, Monday through Friday. Every day, I had a routine. They put me in a routine. I did what they wanted me to do. I started doing this thing called the table, which I fucking hated, which they put me on this flat-ass table, and I had to sit up on that table and try to balance myself. And mind you, from my chest down, you don't have ab muscles anymore. You don't have hip. You don't have any muscles working for you below your chest line. So I had nothing to stabilize me. I'm just moving around like a dead fucking fish. And I hated it. I'm like, why do I have to learn this? Why do I have to learn this? And like, what if you want to be out and about and you want to sit on a couch or do that? I'm like, I can lean back on a couch. You guys got me up here flaunting around like a fucking broken penguin. I don't know. So that pissed me off. And Melody would tell you, I was real mad. I did not want to do that. I did not hate the people that were doing it to me or like wanted me to do it, but like I just didn't want to do it. Other shit I had fun with. That I like learning, like how to play, you know, games and how to, like, you know, obviously roll yourself and do wheelies. Right. How to do wheelies, how to hold a wheelie, how to, you know, maneuver a wheelchair, how to cook food, how to do all this shit. They teach you everything in Mary Free Bed. So, I mean, it was a great experience as far as, like, my injury goes.
Having to go through something like that.
Right. So the next one I want to show you guys is what really got me through a lot of times, especially when Melody was gone, because Melody had to go home. I mean, she had kids she had to raise. She had, you know, like school she had to attend to with these kids. She couldn't just put her whole life on hold. She quit her fucking bank job. She had a good ass bank job, working for a bank, making a ton of money, and completely, it was like they gave her time to take care of me, but like when it came time, she was just like, I'm not going back. He needs me more than you guys. So I have this, which, man, I don't know who started this. I'm guessing it was probably Nikki or Ward or somebody. But this is what I call my Team Ricky B board, man. Like, all my friends, people that came to my benefit signed this. And, you know, there's probably not even half the people on there that actually showed up and did some stuff. Hey, man, Donald Nelson, good to see you, bud. Appreciate you. But this board, like, looking at this board got me through a lot. And if you look at our background here, I'll even show you. I'll take me and Nick off so you can see. This background was my view. Like, this was literally what I looked at for, from November until January, like 9th to the day I left. That's what I looked at, was this view. And if you look over to the left underneath that clock, that's where that Ricky B poster was. So, I mean, it really did help out a lot. I mean, like I said, I appreciate everybody that was involved with everything that they did for me to help me out. But then, like, so after I get done, you know, learning all the basics, they want to take me out. So they took me to the mall. Here's the first time I was at the mall. I look super thrilled. I was able to get my hair cut, I think, a little bit.
He said, I was super thrilled.
I was super thrilled, but I was kind of scared. I think when I went out, this is the time that I bought my first hat and pair of shoes. When I went out, I bought a pair of Nike shoes and a hat. And I don't know, man, it was really weird. I wasn't really comfortable going out. Like, I didn't want to do it, but it was kind of what they had, you know, in their repertoire, things that they had to get me to do. So I did that. It was fun. It turned out to be fun. I was glad that I did it. I can't remember my people's name that was helping me do it. But big ups to them, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, they probably have you do it because, you know, like, if you don't want to do it, you don't feel like it, that might become a habit. You become a hermit.
Well, right, and they don't want me, and I think that's part of the program is they don't want you to they don't want you to just like write off civilian life and just be like, fuck that shit, I don't want to do anything ever, because it's really easy to do that. Like, once you get into a car accident, you're like, fuck it, dude, who cares? Like, dude, I literally, everything changed. I didn't give a shit. I didn't care about my job. I didn't care about my music. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care. So, I mean, obviously a lot of stuff went on at Mary Free Bed. I'm not going to get into great detail, but I mean, they did a hell of a job. And I'll never forget the people that truly inspired and helped me, you know, like Riley, man, my right-hand man, Riley, fucking young guy, man, tried to tell me about sex, like, in a wheelchair. Like, being paralyzed, he was like, yeah, so it's just it's a whole nother feeling. It's not the same feeling, but it's like, it's more of a spiritual. And I'm like, I looked at him, and I'm like, Riley, let me ask you a question. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, you're a virgin, huh? And he looked at me, and he was like, you could tell he was reluctant to answer, and he was like, yeah, how could you tell? And I'm like, oh, dude, I know. Like, it's like, I know. It's okay. Then, like, you ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
But, I mean, that's a whole nother, we'll talk about that another day when we get to that shit. But, so, this whole experience, man, like, I'm still trying to figure out, and I did have hard times. Like, whenever Melody left, and I was by myself, I had to, like, search for strength. And I'm like, dude, I kept thinking, like, you can't give up. I kept seeing my dad, like, in my dreams and shit, you know what I'm saying? I kept dreaming of my relatives. Like, you got this, bro. Like, and I talked to my grandpa. Oh, thank God for my Grandpa Mac, bro. Fucking, here's one for Grandpa Mac. Dude, he helped Melody keep our fucking bills paid, like, until I got home. Like, dude, I think the Lord kept him around just long enough to see me through. You know what I'm saying? To get me to where I was good enough to come home and keep my shit going. But yeah, it was an experience, I'll tell you what. And then, I mean, there's so much more to talk about, but I don't want to get into it too much because we got a couple more things. So the day comes where we're going to leave. They kept moving it up, and I remember I kept getting pissed. And it was like January 6th, and then it was January 8th, and it was January 9th. And I'm like, dude, if you guys change this shit again, I'm just going to leave. Like, I'm going to get my shit and I'm going to go. Like, what are you going to do, stop me? They would have, they could have, they had security, they were pretty big guys. But, so fucking, like, the day comes, January 9th. They have taught me how to get into and out of a car so many fucking times. that I was comfortable that I could use a slide board to slide into the car. So Melody came. She had I forget what car it was. I don't know if it was a Cadillac or not. But what was it? Oh, it was Dawn's car, right? It was a Ford something or other. But anyway, so Dawn's car, I ended up getting in there, and we were on the way home, and I remember, like, I smoked my first joint, dude, in, like, fucking months. I got high as fuck. And here's a picture of that.
He said I was high as fuck.
Dude, I was high as fuck. I felt good, but I was super nervous about coming home. So this is me in my brand new Lions hat that I bought when they took me out for the first time. And I was going home, but I did not know what I had to look forward to. I had no idea how I was going to live life regular again. Like, dude, I didn't know. I had no idea for anything. I was just scared as fuck. Which you could probably tell in my expression there. But turns out everything wasn't as bad as I thought. Paco fucking came and helped us get shit up, man. I had another buddy of mine who built a ramp out back. I had to learn how to use my wheelchair around here and shit. And then they put me in rehab. So rehab, I went to... Don't fall asleep, Nick.
I'm over here.
I went to... what the fuck was that place called? Hey, what was our rehab place? Origami Rehab. Yeah, facility. They specialize in like brain injuries and stuff like that. So I went to Origami and they had me doing all kinds of shit, like transferring from hard surfaces to the floor and trying to pick myself back up, which I actually have a video of this. I'll show you here while I talk about it. And this was one of the ones that I hated so fucking much. I did not want to do this. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Probably, yep. Oh, no. Hello. Check. Yep. So this was me pretty much just struggling to... Man, just looking at this is hard to look at because like I'm looking at my lifeless ass lower body. But they were trying to get me off of the flat part onto the floor, and I had to sit on my butt and then pull myself back up. And I remember how awkward it was. I remember not knowing, like, to feel my knees where they were touching. I remember, like, just trying to push as hard as I can, but not knowing, like, where my legs were at the time. Like, it was so frustrating. Man, the poor lady in the video, her name is Amy. And we used to call her Hathaway because she looks just like Anne Hathaway without the mask on. But shit like this was a real challenge for me. Like, it was a pain in the ass, dude. Like, I so hated it. I did not like it. I despised it. Every time they told me I had to go to therapy, like when she told me we were doing this, I did not want to do it. And I think we only did it a couple times. But then, I mean, you know, I graduate from that to going to this, which was my Wheelie Endeavors. This was me learning how to, like, pop a wheelie in my wheelchair and jump a curb. Which is not as easy as you might think it might be. And then once I jumped on the curb, as you can see is no bigger than my wheelchair, I had to figure out how to do a wheelie and then go 180 degrees and pop myself off the curb. So all this shit I had to keep learning and learning and learning. Like, there was no days off. Like, I had to go, had to do it, had to fucking show up. And if I didn't do it, they would fucking make me do it. It was shit they had to check off their list for shit that I haven't learned how to do yet. And some of these you can probably hear Melody. I don't even know if she's in here or not, but she was the part where my foot comes out, she was like, oh Jesus. Like, she was, oh man, I can imagine being her. Good thing I had my seatbelt on. But no, this was one of the hardest parts about rehab, is actually like going to the classes and learning and doing what they want you to do. And even though, like, in this video it only shows me doing this like 2 times and then doing it the 3rd time, I probably did that about 7 times before I actually got it right. But see, shit like that I don't really have to deal with. At least I know how to do it now. But I don't know, like, I'm mostly in my power chair now, so I just look for nice level ground. Which I still do use my manual chair, but the power chair is more practical because my van's set up to drive it, which is why I use that more. But yeah, so you take that from now and all that story of where we were from here to now, man. Like, I've turned a big corner.
The biggest of course.
Oh, dude, the fucking biggest, man. Like, I can't, like I said, I can't thank everybody enough for the support that they've given me. For all the things that, like, people have done for me, to even, like, dude, hand-signed letters, to showing up or saying what's up and shit like that. Like, I really do appreciate it. And every single one of those has helped me kind of be who I am. Dude, my boy TJ Pastora, you know, TJ Past. Fucking, dude, he did a whole college, what do you call it, essay on me.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, man, what made you want to do that? And he was like, well, dude, he was in a bad accident, and fucking, we talked about this with Clax. And,
oh yeah, he was too.
he was like, dude, I seen you going through all your shit and like all the stuff that you were like showing and like the videos you were taking, and he was like, dude, I figured like if you can fucking do it, then why can't I? You know, so I kind of inspired him to get up, which. That's kind of where the whole Wheelchair Mafia thing that I came up with. I didn't come up with the Wheelchair Mafia, like this logo or whatever. Like, that's my logo, but I didn't come up with the idea. My idea of Wheelchair Mafia is, like, you have a family, you know what I'm saying? We're standing up for those who can't stand for themselves. Even me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the loudest outspoken motherfucker you ever seen. Like, if you put down somebody that I know that's in a wheelchair or something, like, dude, not only am I going to say something, but I got pulled where I'm going to be like, hey, yeah, you legged motherfuckers, come here, get my back on this, and we'll get it done. Maybe, I don't know. We're not, you know, no threats to anybody. We're just saying. But yeah, I mean, it's we got such a long way to go. I mean, people that watch us know that we're in the middle of moving. We're getting ready. Well, not in the middle, but we're getting ready to move to like our forever home, hopefully, and the dream property, the wheelhouse. Man, it's gonna be fucking great. I can't wait. Nick's gonna fucking be right along with us. We're gonna do our outdoor bonfire podcast. Can't wait for those this summer. That's gonna be fucking great. But yeah, so I mean, with all that being said, I don't know. I left tons of shit out, but if anybody's got any questions or whatever, let me know. Say something, you know. Don said, damn, that would be so hard even dealing with it all. Fuck yeah, bro. You ain't lying. Send some big love your way. Appreciate you, Don. But yeah, man, it's to have the support that I have, and you know, first and foremost, I'm gonna say I couldn't do it without my beautiful fiance. I should have put a picture of you up here to show people, and she's like, no. Yeah, without her, man, I would definitely be FUC double hockey stick in the back of a canoe. I don't know if that makes sense, but you understand.
I understand.
A good support system is super fucking important. Super fucking important. Jody said, you got me for life. That's what I'm talking about, Jody.
Jody, my Jody.
I even fucking turned it up for you. There you go. Oh, man, that's tiring.
Right.
I'm glad we got that all out, though, for the most part.
For sure.
All right.
Always some ins and outs and some what have yous.
Somewhat have yous. All right, well, I'm going to give you the camera for a minute. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, shit.
What do you got? You got any questions for the guy, for the dude?
Well, I'm trying to think.
And if anybody has any questions, you guys want to know anything, just let me know. Love you too, Jody. Love you too, boo.
So you were saying earlier when you're in like the hospital or whatever, and they like touch your foot.
You got to talk to the mic.
Sorry, my bad. Touch your foot, and you're, you know what I'm saying, like seeing if you could feel.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And you couldn't. You said your feet is the first thing when you like kind of realize that, you know, like shit like this would happen, like, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I'm guessing they probably did this in Allegiance too, but I remember being in Mary Free bed, and I remember not only one doctor, but there was a couple guys with white coats around it. I knew there was one doctor because he was the older guy that had all the fucking tags on his shit. And I remember him like kind of like, I don't know if he was poking or grabbing my foot, and he was like, "Can you feel this?" And I'm like, "No."
So
I know he was like, "Try to wiggle your toes," and I couldn't wiggle my toes. And he's like, "Can you feel this?" And I'm like, "No."
So like, when touching your legs or your feet, like, can you feel the pressure from it?
Mm-mm.
Or you just, it's nothing.
Nothing.
Like you could literally like.
You could stab me in the leg, and I might feel like something, but I won't feel the pain of you stabbing me. Like if you took a fucking like a wall, what do you call it, like a tack, a wall tack, thumbtack, and you stuck it right into my knee right now, I wouldn't feel anything.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You just put a knife in your knee and you just.
Yeah, I'd just be like, oh, that's cool.
But you wouldn't feel like the pressure of it?
No, now here's the thing. This is kind of where it gets all crazy because like when I got out of the hospital, and I'm gonna get to like the pressure shit, and I forgot to say this.
Just for an example, like when I had my the reason I'm asking is when I had my reconstructive surgery, there's like nerve damage by it, so it's like I can touch it and I know that I'm touching it, but I can't feel it. It's like a numbness that like it's I don't know.
It kind of sounds like my right nipple. I don't mean to be funny, but like,
yeah, no.
Like I know that I'm touching it, but like I can't really. I can feel it a little bit on the top of my. I don't know.
So you can feel like the line cut off? Is it?
I can feel that. Like I can like when I start going down, I can feel where it cuts off. It's literally right at my chest line, like right where my bird chest is. You know
like
what I'm talking
right
about?
Here.
Yeah.
Like,
well, no, right. Yep. Right up underneath the boobs. Yep.
So that's right where.
Paco said, "Man, at least you took something positive out of it, dude. That's the only thing I could do. It was either that or fucking go into depressed mode, and that ain't good for nobody. And that's what I figured, man. Like every single day I wake up, I think, okay, and this is at the beginning, like still now today, but more or less at the beginning, was I wake up and like I had a choice. I could either say, you know what, I'm gonna fucking take this in stride and do what I fucking gotta do to make my life still a life, or I'm gonna say, woe is me, blame everybody." Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck all that. Like I've never been a negative Nelly. I mean, I'm more of a realist, but like I've always had a positive attitude. I believe I try to at least. Jody said my stomach is the same way. From multiple surgeries, I know I'm touching it, but I can't feel it.
Yeah, it's like a numbness, like a. I just kind of wonder because like I can kind of feel the pressure, but it's like it's weird. I don't know.
Well, like Nick said, he said, do you get phantom sensations like pain or itches? Now, here's the thing, like, so I still do have these like phantom, like, I don't know if you guys ever feel it, like when you get these like jolts kind of to your toes or something, like a little electrical impulse, just boom, real quick, and you kind of feel it like.
It's kind of like a twitch.
Kind of like, yeah, real quick. I still feel those. I still have these little feelings where it's like somebody took a rubber band and put it on my calf muscle and my thigh muscle, and they just kind of like snapped it. Just not like super big, but they pull it down and let it go. It's weird. It sounds weird, but it's like my tendons being like snapped together or something. When I get stretches done, I have people that come do stretches for me 3 times a week. When I get stretches done, after like my right leg gets stretched, I can feel the inside of my right leg feel like it's been stretched. Like, you know, when you stretch your muscles, like you can feel it on the inside.
For sure.
I feel that still. I can feel the inside, like, muscles being stretched. Like, I feel better. But I can't feel, like, you know, hitting, slapping, pain if I hit my shit on something. I don't know.
You just have no idea.
I have no idea. So, I mean, it's dude, spinal cords are still fairly new to the medical industry. Right. Dude, like, there's... Mary Free Bed was probably the best place I could have went to get what I had done.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, it's
a known thing. They're like the best of the best. Like, I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah,
nothing
and so
but good things.
And let me tell you this. So, Nick, you'll get a fucking laugh out of this. So, as I'm in the hospital, there's all kinds of things, as you guys can imagine, that you have to get used to for becoming a paraplegic, like paralyzed. So, one of the things that they tell you is you have to monitor your intake, and you have to for your bladder. You know what I'm saying? For your bowels and your bladder. They usually try to put you on a bowel program. So every morning when I was at Mary Free Bed, they would pick me up in the lift, put me on the shitter chair, and they would have me do what's called, well, I didn't actually start out. They started out, but it's called digital stem. Where they take a finger and they just kind of put it up there, and, you know, they arouse your muscles in your bum area. So if you get your body used to that, your body will be used to that. So I remember having to do that, and then when I was able to do it myself, I took over and I did it myself, because who wants somebody else's finger up their ass? It's fucking weird. So like, I started doing that, and well, then they told me like my I keep wanting to say PO. It's not PO. What do you call like your personal fucking? Because you got your OT, PT. That's what it is. PT. Yeah, PT.
Your PT.
So my PT Riley, he was like, when you get out of here, he was like, you're going to have to keep a track of your fucking bladder. Like, you're going to have to, like, every 4 hours, you're going to have to pee. That's what they keep telling you. Every 4 hours. Every 4 hours. And I'm like, fuck my life. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to pee every 4 hours. Like, I don't understand. Well, then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. What if I don't drink that much? Like, they kept trying to force liquids down you. You know, they want you to stay hydrated. So they ended up asking me while I was at Mary Free, but they said, hey, you know, we have this program where we can have you talk to somebody else who's been in your situation. There's this guy named Pierre. He's like French nationality, but he's from America. He's got a T4 level of injury. I have T3, T4. Would you want to talk to him? He'll come up here and talk to you. I said, fuck, let's try it. I'm down. Melody was gone. She wasn't there that night. And so I remember it was like the next week he drove up, and he had like a 2-hour drive himself. He drove up. Yeah. Dude, hung out with me. Cool ass fucking dude. Shout out Pierre, man. If you ever see this. Fucking Pierre from France. And dude, he told me, he wheeled in. He was in a manual wheelchair, and he rolled in, and we introduced each other. And dude, like, he was in the Caribbean islands. Speaking of the Bamboo, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't Bamboo's fault, but he was in the Caribbean islands with his family, and they had like an Airbnb that they had with like a 5-bedroom Airbnb. It must have been a big place. He heard somebody break in. He got up, and he had his brother-in-law up too. Well, comes out there was armed robbers robbing their fucking bungalow. And he tried to jump in and fucking push one of them, and they ended up getting into a scuffle. His brother-in-law got into another one. Dude pulled out a gun and shot him right through his fucking spine. And he laid on the ground and about bled out, but they fucking saved him. But that's how his injury happened. And he looked at me and he told me, you know, I'm like, what do you do about peeing? You know, like they keep telling me every 4 hours. He looked at me and he kind of laughed, and he was like, don't worry about that. He's like, Dad, don't worry about that. He's like, your body's going to have a way of telling you. For me, he said, my cheeks get rosy, and they start tingling. I said, that's weird. Sure enough, about a year afterwards, my arms start tingling. So every time I got to pee now, I got a tingling sensation in my arms. So, I mean, your body's got a way of adjusting.
Right.
And like the doctor said, I'm just going to lean back because my fucking head hurts. I got to lean my head back. But like the doctor said, he was like, you know, it could be 3 years, could be 5 years, could be 7 years, could be 10 years. We don't know. You might never recover. In my head, I'm looking at it as like, that's it. I'm living this life. This is me now. You know, I don't have aspirations of walking again someday, because even my doctor told me, even if you do walk again, like, your spine's so messed up to the point to where you have scoliosis now. Like, right. Those who see me can tell my back's all weird. My neck is like forward now instead of like back like it should be, which is usually why my neck starts hurting.
And plus, wouldn't it be harder the longer like you like you don't walk, you know, to get back in?
No, it is. It is exactly. Because your legs lose muscle mass, your bone density.
All that back, yeah.
Well, that's why they give you standards. Like, I have a standing machine they gave me. I don't use it nowhere near as much as I should. Barely ever. I know it's my fault. I feel like a pain in the ass, but we really don't have a lot of room here, which the new house will be able to do that more.
Right.
But like, man, in my head, like, even like, I just remember the doctor telling me, like, even if you do walk again, you'll never walk the same way you did. You'll never be able to run. You'll always have to use an aid to walk. So he literally told me, like, I don't want you thinking you're going to go back to where you were, because you will never have that again. All that's gone. So, I mean, for me to hear that, I mean, it's pretty fucking devastating.
Oh, for sure.
But dude, for some reason, I just felt like this is what I asked for. That night that me and you were at the fucking studio, and I looked at you in the face and I said straight up, I prayed to God to change my life because I don't want to live the way that I've been living.
Right.
I prayed to God for this, and he delivered. Not exactly what I meant, Lord, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, if it means me being on the right side of the dirt, I'll take it for sure. Oh, and those who asked me if we're at different places, no. Like, we're literally looking at each other in the same living room. It's just we're using different cameras. I have these lights, these different shits behind me. Nick has those lights, different shit with him, which is why it might look weird to other people. But no, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, if, you know, I could go on forever about certain other things, but if anybody's got any certain, like, questions or anything like that you guys want to know, just ask me. Let me know. But besides that, you guys ask the questions. We'll move on. If I see them coming, I'll answer them. Besides that, what's going on with you, Nick? Oh, that's not me. There you go.
Not a whole lot, man. Just chilling.
I mean, so how did you feel like when you first knew about my situation, though? Because I never asked anybody that. I never asked any of my friends that.
Like when I got the...
No, like once you realized, like what was going on. Like once you knew that I was going to be fucking paralyzed.
I think like it was when we went, like when I got the call and came and seen you and everything, and then like the code, like from early on, like I feel like that was always like the prognosis or the diagnosis or whatever, you know, like, you know, that there's maybe a chance, but it wasn't, you know, looking good. And like I think, dude, in the beginning, like I just remember just being worried as shit. Like, I didn't know if you were gonna like ultimately survive.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right.
And then I felt super like bad and guilty for the longest time, dude. Like anyone will tell you, like my parents, anyone like around close, like I felt guilty because the way that I left that night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I kind of like started doing that thing to myself where I was like, dude, I should have just bit the fucking bullet and hung out with Nate.
Dude, I remember you like telling me afterwards, you're like, man, I feel so bad. Like I could have stopped you. Like I could have fucking made this shit happen.
I felt like I could have, dude. It was like this weird little stupid thing, like.
Which I'm like, don't blame your fucking self, bro. Like.
And I know that I can't do that. It's just like, who foreseen that, you know, like.
Right. Hold on, before we get to Paco's stuff, Nikki said any other senses get heightened. Dude, yes. Like, so I quit smoking cigarettes completely. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I now like some once in a while, I don't have any on me right now, but I smoke these like hemp pets every once in a while. Like if I'm drinking, I want to smoke. They're these like, they look like cigarettes, but they're like made strictly out of hemp. But no, like, so here's a weird thing, Nikki. You'll get a fucking kick out of this too. I don't know if you knew this either, Paco. Is like now when I eat or even when I fucking think about eating, like I'll start sweating. Like I'll start beating sweat, and then my left arm. So like when I fucking left this out too. So when the accident happened, I had the seatbelt halfway on. When I fucking like, when we hit in the truck, my shit must have got cut right here, like on my shoulder, because my whole left side of my arm and everything was black and blue. Like it was fucked up. Like even Jody and Melody will tell you it was nasty. Fucking. It was grim. It was fucking emotional, damn it. Well, that too. That's not what I wanted. I wanted
situation
this.
Don't be nasty.
It was nasty.
Emotional, damn it.
So like to this day, my left arm, when it's hot out, this arm will start sweating first. When I think about eating or I start eating, this arm will start sweating. Usually right around like the crease where my fucking shit was. Dude, that's really super weird. I can smell everything now for some reason. Like, dude, just random shit. Like, I'll be like, smells like this or that. Like, we were at the bank the other day, me and Melody, and we were over on Spring Arbor Road.
Yeah.
And we had the window down. I was waiting for him to come back, and I was like, I was like, they're laying fucking manure in that field over there. I guarantee it. And she's like, how do you smell this? She's like, it's just like, I don't get it. And I'm like, I just smelled it.
So your sense,
my sense.
Been heightened.
Yeah, and Paco said yes, the talking to the cop and Nate. Yeah, because Paco went out there that night of the wreck. He's seen everything the way it was.
Yeah.
Jody said, I want to know how much woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Hey, you know what? That's something to ask fucking... I was going to put somebody else's name there with big OTs, but I don't know. I do. I don't know.
What?
She said, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? She said, I had to make it funny. Too serious here. Hey, sometimes life's serious, Jody.
Yeah, that was what this caster was all about.
That's what it's all about. But hey, we have fun though. She's right. Nikki said, man, my first thought was, why the fuck would that happen to him? A much better man than I, and no one deserves it less. Man, and really, like, I'm not gonna toot my own horn and like say, you know, who deserves what, but like, it's always like I always feel like that, man. Like, you try in your life to do so much fucking good, man. Like you try to give everybody an opportunity to, you know, to try to be the good guy, to do all the shit you can do, because in my head I'm like, it's gonna help me. But see, in my head I had these demons that I was fighting I didn't even know about. After fucking Sean dying and fucking dude, everybody started dying, dude. Like my cousin Jeff Villeneuve, fucking dude. I've dealt with a lot of death in my life.
For sure.
And as a way of dealing with that death, I drank a lot. And the more the death started piling up, the more I started drinking. And I'm not blaming it on that. Like, there's no excuses. But, like, that was my escape. That was my way I would fucking deal with that shit, is I would get drunk. Some people would smoke. Some people would go casino, whatever. Some people do this. Some people do that. I fucking drink.
Sure.
But no, man, like, I thought about that. Like, when I remember laying there in the woods, and I remember looking up, like, right after it happened, and I remember thinking, like, this is what I get. Like, great. This is what I get for leaving my fucking house, going out with this guy drinking, thinking that I don't have to wear a seatbelt. Like, now my kid's going to grow up without a fucking dad. All my friends are going to fucking be like, damn, you know, what a dumbass. Why would he do that? That's why I was apologizing, because I thought I'd let everybody down.
Right.
And which kind of I did. In my head, I still feel like that.
I mean, it's like I said, I just remember I was so shocked in just seeing you in that state, having just left a few hours prior. I was hanging out, and like I said, I didn't know what was really going on. Like, it was shocking, dude. Like, I've already had, like, you know, I've, like, told my, like, crazy stories. Like, I've already had my trauma with stuff.
Right.
So to, like, see, like, my best friend, like, that messed me up, dude. And it sucked. It sucked for the longest time, like, not knowing. And then there came a certain point where it's like, you couldn't just go up there every single day anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, after time, like, it was just too much, you know, like, and everyone just always constantly was hitting me up, asking me questions. I had no answers.
Man, to this day, what really gets me, let me just say this. What really fucking gets me is, like, dude, thank you for everybody that came up to see me and everybody that was so worried about me. But what really gets me is everybody was like, yo, man, let me know when you get home, bro. I got your back. Bro, yeah, we're going to hang out. We're going to do all this shit. Bro, as soon as I got fucking home, and I'm like, hey, I'm back home. Everybody want to come see me. Come see me. And then guess what? I had, like, fucking 5 people come and be like, hey, what's up, man? Which I'm like, you know what? That's fine. Like, I grew to be like, I was so despiteful. I'm like, why the fuck would everybody be like, yo, let me know when you get back home. I'll come see you. And then nobody came see me. But I mean, my close ones did. My real ones did. Y'all know who the fuck you are, man. Straight up. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, Paco said I was the first one in Nate's room. He called his family. Nate got fucked up pretty bad too. He broke his back, I guess. And, I mean, he was still able to stand up and walk around, but I mean, he was pretty fucked up himself. And, like, a lot of people don't really know right now, he's in prison. Like, I think that was his 4th habitual or something like that, drunk driving, and he ended up going to prison, which he's still in there today. I think he's eligible for parole in, May of this year, but a lot of people are saying he ain't going to get it, which I don't know. I mean, really, dude, all I want for Nate is, like, man, I don't know. I believe, like, here's me. If it was me and I was driving that truck, like, and that happened to my friend, I would be like, dude, man, I'll fucking come. I don't care how much it hurts me, but I'll come help you. Like, I fucking put you in this position. Let me come do something. That's who I am and how I am. So all I wanted for him was to come over and maybe help me, you know, hang up a fucking sign or, you know, put a door back on the hinges or, you know, do something that I couldn't do.
Right.
That's all I fucking wanted. And, like, it seemed to me like he only cared about coming to see me, like, before he went to jail. But, like, I mean, I get it. We were all fucked up, dude. Like I said, I used to harbor all that fucking hate and shit, but, dude, I had to let it go. I don't hate him. I don't have anything towards Nate. I still feel like he's my friend. I feel bad right now that he's dealing with the shit he's dealing with. I mean, we all fucking dig our own fucking trenches, so it's like, you know, sometimes you gotta fucking sleep in them bitches. Jody said, "Oh shit, hold on, fuck. There's a lot of things here. Let me get to these." He said, Paco said, "I was there when he got charged. He thought it happened on Weatherwax Road." Yeah, he was all fucked up. He said, "At least you accept responsibility. You both have. It was just a fucked up situation. I honestly didn't know how to deal with it, and it didn't happen to me." No, for sure, bro. Jody said, "I worked right in the COVID. I didn't want to get you sick when you were most vulnerable." No, for sure. Paco said, "I got pics of that too. He is waiting for a program that they are not offering." Oh, you're talking about Nate is? And he said he told me he had issues looking you in the eye. Oh, no, he did. Nate came to my house, dude, a couple times after that. Actually, one time was Shayna, I think was her name. That was the girl that was with us in the crash. And at that time, I could kind of tell that Shayna was like, she didn't really want to be there. She was uncomfortable. And then Nate wouldn't look me in the eye. She wouldn't look at me at all. Like, they were, like, anything I would ask them for, they were, like, willing to, like, yep, I got you. As long as they didn't have to look at me, you know, talk to me. That's kind of how I felt. But I also kind of felt like Nate came to see me because I know he felt bad, but he also kind of felt bad for himself. And I don't know if maybe coming to see me made him feel better about what he was going to have to deal with. But no, I mean, that's all I want, man. I don't think the guy should spend the rest of his life in a fucking box, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucked up.
Right.
He's got kids. I mean, we all got families and shit, but Nikki said, wait, you weren't driving? No, Nikki, I was in the back seat. Nate was driving, and you'll end up watching this from the beginning, and it tells the whole story, but no, he was driving. I was in the back seat. I ended up actually going out the back window. Here, if you didn't see this, let me show you the truck. I'll go through the truck one more time. It's fucking bleak. That's the back tail bed. You can see this right here is a better view of it. That back window I came out of, I'm pretty sure, as the truck was flipping end over end, I came out that back window. This is the front end, completely fucking totaled. Like, dude, that was a nice ass truck. I wish I would have had the picture of it before it was fucking completely totaled. Paco, what year was that truck? That shit was like a 2000 and I want to say it was like a 2015 or so. It was a nice ass truck.
I remember at the
he said, "Holy fuck, I'm fucking speechless."
At the benefit, when I was leaving, I was walking out. I got tapped on the shoulder. I turned around. It was Nate. I remember, and he was like, you could just tell, like he just felt. So I'm not talking in the mic. My bad.
Yeah, you got to talk in the mic, bro. I got you. I'm on it right now, Paco.
Yeah, but he was very like apologetic and very. I remember.
Who are you talking about?
Nate.
Oh, yeah.
At the benefit.
Damn, Paco had a bunch of fucking pictures.
Yep.
So here's the truck. I'll show you here. I don't know how good you guys will be able to see it. Let me see if I can get it to go sideways. There we go. So this was the truck that I was in before it crashed. I wish my camera could focus on it more, but like, you can tell, like, it's a nice ass fucking truck. Like, it had the rims and everything on it. Like, it was dope ass looking black ass GMC. I remember riding with him in it, thinking like, dude, this truck's fucking sick, man. It's dope as fuck. But you go from that to fucking this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's almost unrecognizable. Like, you couldn't tell what kind of fucking truck that was. You'd be like, I have no idea. You'd have to look at tags to be like, maybe it was one of those.
Yeah, that thing is crumpled, dude.
Dude, crumpled. Tin can shit. So, I mean... Oh, shit, here we go. That's where they found me. They found me, like, inside those bushy areas. You can't really see it. My camera doesn't like to pick up phones very well, but... Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And, dude, to tell you the truth, to this very fucking day... If you drive by the spot where we went off the road, you can still see a fucking chunk in the ground that's like, they just left alone. Like, it's a chunk that comes up and got taken out where the grass doesn't grow right anymore. It's just there. I'm like, holy fuck.
Where is it at?
So if you go down here, take a right on Robinson, and then go down to McCain and take a left past, like, Paragon. You go past Paragon a little bit, and then right before you get to the bridge, right where it turns right, it's right there to the left. Like, he was doing 70 miles an hour, went to turn right, went off that road, and just started fucking flipping. So yeah, it was pretty deep. Pretty deep.
I do remember.
Oh, Jesus.
That was the one.
I don't know if I can show this. He was all fucked up. Should we show Nate's pictures? Let's fucking do it. No, we can't do it. We don't have Nate's permission.
Right.
We can't do that. Although he'd probably be like, I don't give a fuck, show him. But, like, dude, I never seen that before, Paco. Like, he was fucked up, too. His whole eye is all fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
I never seen those.
Shouldn't. Because people could get all.
No, I don't want. Yeah, that's not my family. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Even though me and his son, we went at it a couple times on Facebook because I was angry, man. I mean, we were all, you know. It's a whole sensitive situation, but I apologize to him, and like I'm glad that we are where we are with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't hate anybody. Like dude, I want Nate to get a hold of me. Like I gave him my phone number and everything. Like dude, he can call me, whatever. Like dude, like I don't want to harbor hate. Hate's too much, you know. Even though I got to live my life the rest of this way, he has to live the rest of his life knowing that he put me in this situation. But he's paying for it right now. I couldn't imagine a fucking month in prison. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there since fucking what, November?
You guys are both like living, you know, like your consequence from the night, you know, the actions of the happening.
And he's I mean, he's still fucked up too. It's not like he's just like walking and running around. Like he's still got fucking bad issues. I don't know to what extent. I would love to get him on the show one day. Have him come in and just fucking give him a microphone. I mean, shit, we do it with Clax and everybody else. Why not put him on, you know?
Right.
So that's what it is. I mean, like I said, I don't harbor no hate. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to waste my life wasting energy on something that doesn't, you know, necessarily deserve that.
I feel it, man.
You know, and like a lot of people, man, like when I got home, I remember there was so many people, including you, Paco, that was like, can't believe you're fucking drinking again and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, granted, I was an alcoholic. I'm having a beer now. I haven't drank since last Sunday when we were drinking with Mason and Clax. That, for me, that's amazing, bro.
Dude,
I was drinking every fucking day.
Compared to what it was, how
it's
you
night and
used
day,
to
bro.
be?
Night and fucking day.
You don't drink half as much.
Oh, fuck, dude. Not even a quarter as much. Shit, I'll buy a fucking 15-pack thinking I'm going to crush half of it, and I'll drink 3 beers and go to bed.
I always looked at it like this. When it first happened, I didn't know if you would again. I didn't think that you would. But when you did, I mean, you can attest I've not said anything to you. Because at the end of the day, we're all grown, and to me, like if I was in your position, I wanted to drink, dude, I can have a fucking drink.
Right.
It's not like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Is you're not gonna go driving, you're not gonna leave, you're not gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure.
I'm not saying that gives permission to just go crazy, but it's not. I don't think. And then again, I'm not around you every single day, but I could just tell from, you know, and I've known you
since 3rd grade.
For sure.
See, and for me, though, here's the thing, too, though. Like, being paralyzed from the chest down, and I never realized how important, excuse me, staying hydrated is. So, like, when you drink alcohol, obviously, you get dehydrated.
Right.
It sucks the fucking moisture from your body. That's why you piss so much. Now, I wasn't aware of, I mean, I was aware of this, but I wasn't aware of this, like, of how much it really affects you until I became paralyzed. So now, like, dude, like, if I'm going to drink, I have to chase water because the next day, like, for instance, last Sunday, I had a few drinks with Mason and all them, and I did not fucking drink water. The next day, I was dead to the fucking world. I was laying in that hospital bed all day long. Even though I could have got up, I just didn't feel like it. Like, I just felt so much like shit. And, like, being a paraplegic from your chest down pretty much, I didn't realize how much, like, moisture, like, keeping your body lubricated actually helped you feel. I mean, let's be honest. I have 2 fucking metal bars in my back, okay? And without being moisturized, like, you take a fucking regular body and you wake it up with dry-ass muscles and dry-ass, dude, it's gonna fucking hurt bad.
Right.
And it does hurt fucking bad. I'll never forget me being in the hospital looking at my PT saying, is it always gonna hurt this bad? And he's like, what do you mean? What's it feel like? And I'm like, it feels like I'm on fucking fire. Like, my back is on fire. Where's the pain? Right in between my shoulder blades. Well, that makes sense. Why does that make sense, Riley? That's where your bars are. Your stabilization bars. I have 2 fucking stabilization bars in my back. I'll never forget when I came home and I was laying in my bed. It was like the first morning I woke up and I like sat up in my bed and I'm just like, oh, fuck, man. I'm like, I feel like I got a fucking bar in my back. And I looked at Melody and she was like, it's because you have 2 of them in there. I'm like,
damn, bro.
Shit. I'm like, I got to live my life like this. And there are some days where I wake up and I'm like, fuck. Got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to push through. But, you know, I always look back at my grandfather. I'll never forget what my grandfather did. And like I remember going to see my grandpa, and my grandpa looking at me the first time and shaking my hand and being like, "You're alive. Like you're here. You did it. You got through the worst of it." And I'm like, son of a bitch. Like I mean, even right now I'm about to fucking moisture up, but like I'll never forget the words he said. He said, "One day at a time and you'll be just fine." And I'm about to get that shit tattooed right here along my fucking Wheelchair Mafia guy. Like one day at a time, dope. You'll be just fine.
I like that.
Oh, it's gonna be so dope. But I just remember like once he realized that I was able to fucking go ahead and do my life again, like he just got real weak and he fucking clocked out. But hey, I told him, I was like, you did a hell of a good job, man. Like I appreciate what you did for me. You did a good job raising all of us grandkids. Like don't worry about it. Like we're gonna take care of everything. Like don't worry about nothing else. Like you're good. And I do believe that we will see each other again. Like I mean, dude, I don't know if I fucking said this. I left out one of the best parts of my first part of my accident. When I came back into the fucking hospital for the first time after getting into my accident, I remember looking at fucking, well, I don't remember, but I remember them telling me, I looked at my Aunt Cindy and my fiance, Melody, and I said, I seen all my loved ones. I seen everybody, Joey, my grandma, my fucking Uncle Rod, my dad. I seen all my dead relatives, and they were all telling me, stop, not yet, not yet. I couldn't hear them as what I said to them. I don't remember this. I'm saying this is what they told me.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear them, but it was like they were behind a big glass and they were telling me, not yet, stop, not yet, wait. And so like it stopped me from going to them or something, to the light, I guess. I don't know. But like I did some research. Like this shit bothered me, dude. Like when I came home, like I remember them telling me that and it just stuck with me and I'm like, fuck, man. So I went online and I started doing research of like people's near-death experiences, like the kind of like me. Same fucking thing. Same scenario. Same type shit. Like they're telling me, no. Wait. And the word wait was used a lot. Like not yet, wait. Dude, so that just gave me goosebumps thinking about that shit. I'm like, dude, that was fucking real. It happened to me. So ever since then, like I've had this feeling of like there is more to life. That answered my question right there. Like, if you ever doubted life after death, like, that should answer your question. That should reaffirm your faith in God. Like, I'm only here because of the prayers that people sent up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I totally believe if nobody would have prayed for me, nobody would have gave a fuck and said no prayers, I'd have been dead. But it was all the prayers that kept me alive. I truly believe that to this day.
That energy that was...
Dude, energy for sure. Nikki said, speaking of your energy, have you tried meditation? I'm wondering if you could astral travel easier than others. See, now that's something I've heard a couple of my friends talk about. I've never really gotten super into it. I've heard about it. You might have to come fucking bend my ear on that shit once we get this new place, Nikki.
Jump on the podcast.
Check that shit out. Yeah, we'll definitely put them on the podcast. Paco said, I feel all that, but Rick knows where I come from on that. No, yeah, for sure. I get it. And it's like we all have our different things, man, but it's like... As far as me goes, man, it's like, man, the whole drinking thing, like, I get that. Dude, to be honest with you, when I was in the hospital, I thought for sure they were going to come back and be like, oh, man, his liver's fucked. Like, he must have been an alcoholic because his liver's fucked. But I never got none of that. None of that. They're like, all your shit's normal. Like, everything, your enzymes are normal. Everything's normal. Came back, no problem. So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. It's weird. Like I said, I've came from the point of drinking 15-pack a day with liquor and Fireball and all that shit, especially going hard on the weekends.
He was getting hyphy,
to
bro.
barely drinking like 6 beers. You know what I'm saying? Like on a weekend. Well, what is this? This is my, I think, 3rd beer, and it's like still full. Like we had those shots or whatever, but like
I already don't feel that no more.
No, exactly. That shit's not that powerful. I mean, it's like a sweet rum. It's not like a
that
fuck
was
you
a
up type
while
shit.
ago. Like I only felt it like in the moment
when you did it, like right after you did it. Yeah. But no, man, I really appreciate everybody tuning in, man. We've had more viewers on this one for sure than we've ever had before.
I knew that we would, though.
On the entirety. I mean, it's an important subject for me and for a lot of people that had, they wanted to know about what happened and, like, how shit goes.
And we talked about it. Remember, we talked about doing an epi like this, and you hit me up the other day, and you were just like, I want to tell the story, and I was just like...
Well, it needed to be told. It needed to be fucking told,
right.
and I don't know, man. Like, I could have waited till we got out there, but...
I was like, that's what I did in my head when you.
Yeah, you were like, fuck
that.
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's something where, like, I hope people can look back at this and, like, even on YouTube, man, like, they can go back and rewatch this whole thing.
Yeah, go on YouTube and, like, if you have questions.
Oh, subscribe. If you guys ain't on my YouTube yet, go to YouTube, look up Wheelchair Ric on YouTube, just Wheelchair RIC, and make sure you subscribe, man. Subscribe, put the notification bell on, little dinger. I would put up a cool little thing, but I don't have one of those yet. Right. Paco said, I see that now. I just wasn't trying to see you fall off. For real, and I understand that, man. Me and Paco, I mean, we had our own little, like, spats afterwards, man. But, like, we dealt with our own shit. We had our own family thing. But, like, I feel like right now we're at a better place than we've ever been, I feel like, for a lot of years. Like, we've been through some rough shit. But I feel like right now I think, like, we're more level-headed as a family, I think, than we've ever been. I mean, we're all doing our own shit, but it's like, man, it's hard. I mean, especially when we only got fucking... Dude, I went from a big-ass family to, what, like, 3 members. I got fucking my 3 immediates. I got fucking Paco and then his mom. That's all I got left. Out of my big-ass family, of my uncle, my fucking, you know, him and his brother, and fucking my dad and my uncle and, like, all these other people. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, once the grandparents go away, dude, like, the family thing is kind of like, you got to do what you got to do. Donald said, getting off here, bro. Hope you guys have a great night. Stay strong. See you. Big love. Appreciate you, Donald, man. Yeah, good appreciate night, you for sure. Good night. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Yep. But yeah, man. A few more, but yeah, no, for sure. What else we got, man?
I was trying to think, like, any kinds of, what is your, I don't know, man. I was trying to think of some good questions.
I mean, we have other things, too, though, that we could always bring up on other podcasts. But, like, as far as the accident part goes, like, I would rather just, like... And I know there's going to be other, like, things. All right, for sure. Yeah, there you go. Nicodemo Slugger... What the fuck? Sluggy Larry. I know it's like some kind of mafia terminology, but I can't really get it. My boy Nick Ace. Remember Ace from fucking Bogdan days? That's him. That's Nick Sinatra Slugs.
No, I wasn't around back then, bro.
Oh, well,
I was out in California, I think, in those times.
Well, you've heard the music, though. You know what I'm talking about.
The back in the day stuff?
The fucking back in the day with the Bogdans.
Okay, yeah.
The Bogdan Dinchenkos. The real fucking Russian.
The real deal Russian.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, a lot of people, like, the whole, like, sex thing, like, we're going to talk about that another one. I don't want to get into that. Like, that's a whole nother fucking, that's a whole nother issue. We can bring that subject up when we come to another podcast, but I mean.
We'll do another one.
We'll do another one for sure. But I mean, we're 2 hours and 16 minutes in. Like I said, I don't know, man. I just want to say thanks to everybody for watching. If you do have any questions, make sure you hit me up either on Facebook or YouTube. I'll try to make sure I message you back or get to you guys if you have anything, you know, that I can answer for you. But besides that, I mean, you got anything else?
I ain't got nothing, bro.
Well,
we did what we came to do. We told the story, the tale. You know, you ended up coming home and you've been living life and chugging along, and you know, I come through and we kick it still, like, you know, whenever I can, like we always did. And
oh, and by the way, if those who don't know yet, we are moving. So this whole thing, like, here is gonna be
temporary.
Yeah, we're getting really close. Like, we're getting super close to getting the new spot. So once we do get the new spot, we're going to have a new little setup. It might take us a while to get back on. I'm not sure if we're going to be right back to it. But we'll definitely let you know. I mean, once we get up and set up, I'm down to do whatever.
Before you go, you should talk about your 1-4 tattoo, because that has to do with your...
Oh, no, for sure. My situation?
Your situ.
Nikki said, but really, I tried that astral travel shit and was scared, like, couldn't control it. Holy fuck. No, I've heard of it. I haven't really looked too much into it because, like, man, it just thinking about it. It's called astral travel.
What is that?
It's like spirits. It's like using your spirits and your third eye to travel, like, your mind, to, like, open your mind up to where you, like, you're in a fucking, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like a trans super highway. Like, you can go anywhere, you can fucking learn any, like, I don't know, it's weird, dude, I don't know. Dude, he could probably explain it better. Nick, we got to get you on the fucking show, bro.
And he said that he tapped into it and he couldn't control it.
He said, dude, I really tried that astral travel shit and was scared, like couldn't control it. Look it up. Shit, we might just do a fucking podcast on astral travel, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of like intrigued now.
Get on the fucking super information highway.
Maybe we go ahead and look that up.
Sing this with me. Take a look. It's in a book. Astral travel. I can fly anywhere. Oh, another thing is we're gonna be doing a lot more music too. Once we get into the new fucking spot, I want to get like all the shit set up, man. Guitars, drum sets, beat machines, fucking everything, man. I want to be able to where like if we feel like jamming out, we're gonna be like, hold that thought, turn around, and just whatever.
Yeah.
But no, man, that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it off. We're 2:19. But hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate all you guys. Make sure you go to obviously the Facebook Wheelchair Ric. YouTube Wheelchair Ric. Ric is spelled R-I-C, not R-I-C-K. You'll see me. You'll see the logo. Bow.
I don't know. I'm on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram.
That's what do you call it? What is it?
I don't even remember, dude.
It's not the big freaking Puerto Rican, is it?
That's like on my Snapchat. Go to that too if you want. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, we'll make sure we.
But yeah, you can find me on all platforms. You know, Facebook, Instagram.
Passe Bouquet.
Yep.
Yeah, and we need to actually too. We need to start putting our links down at the bottom of these like YouTube videos.
Yeah, we could do that.
You know, I mean, we're kind of new to this. You know, we don't know about links.
We'll get it done. Smash the like button. Tell them, Rick.
Smash the like button. Hit that fucking. Tell people about it. Share it. Let everybody know, man. I mean, maybe this could help somebody. Maybe somebody look at this and be like, hey, you know what? There's life after a spinal cord injury. That's one of my things that I wanted to do is I want to start making videos, which I have a lot of YouTube videos already, but I need to do a lot more to get people comfortable. Because when I was in the hospital, that's what I was looking for was somebody to look to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did they do? How did they get by all this shit? Oh, here we go. That was a fire truck.
Fire truck.
Oh, yep. See, there we go. For sure. New share. Nikki Hogan. Appreciate you. I'm going to find something cooler to use besides that in the future, but that's the go-to. But no, I'm going to get off out of here. Make sure y'all follow us, like, share, all that stuff. Appreciate you. Let everybody know. Next time we get on, we usually do about every other week. So every other Tuesday. Nick said he's going to be working on his schedule, though. So the next time you'll see us, I'm not sure. We might be in the new spot by then. If so, it'll be a glorious day. Yeah, for sure. Peace out, Pac. Thanks for hanging out with us. Nick, is there anything else you want to say?
Oh, thanks for everyone who tuned in, and we'll see you next time.
You heard the man. Now we're gonna hit that exit, get that outro going.